evening, my fellow Tottenham fans. Hopefully we are all keeping well this evening. And it's your boy Dave who has been let loose in the lunatic asylum. No Jack this evening. He is on holidays. And I am here to watch the under-21s back in cup action in the Football League Trophy against Bristol Rovers tonight, who are currently like 10th in League One. Basically how this cup basically sort of operates is it's split between North and South. The group games are. And basically you play 3 teams in each group. I'll tell you who's in our group now. Of course, we have Bristol Rovers here tonight. But we also have, I'll tell you now, just bear with me, in our groups, we also have Exeter City and Swindon Town. And then once it gets to the quarterfinals or beyond the quarterfinals, then the North and South teams will play each other. So you've got teams from League 1, League 2, and also the top 16 top 16 under 21s academies as well, basically. So big game tonight. This is a cup competition that they done all right in the group stage last season, and they are playing against men's senior teams, which is good for them, good experience. And of course, I did say with Lancashire and Moore maybe excluded from the squad last night, would they be playing today? And they are playing today. So let's see how they get on. Also, Olasesi in the team as well. I'm really excited to see how he gets on. And also, Gunter comes in for Keeley from that 2-1 win against Chelsea the other night. Let's see who is in the chat with me here today to join me to see how the under-21s get on. Of course, they were absolutely fantastic last season, of course, picking up the Premier League 2 trophy, also getting to the Premier League 2 Cup final. Just injuries and stuff didn't really get over the line in that. Of course, there's been a couple of changes. You know, Donnelly's gone out on loan, who was absolutely integral to this under-21s team last season. So let's see how they get on this season. Let's welcome a few people in. Let's see who's with us this evening. We've got DJ Samuel says, let's go. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, DJ Samuel. Great to see you, as always. Envy Joker Davey says, Davo was right. Mikey and Lancashire being a part of this game, still questioning why they aren't with the first team. Look, for me, it's clear that the club have their eyes on maybe bringing them through. I just think they have to be patient, maybe, to be brutally honest with you. You know, fixtures are going to pile up October, November, December, January. That's when, and when European football comes about, I think that's when you'll start seeing these maybe being brought up into the squad, when we start incurring injuries, suspensions, or even want to make rotations, Eddie. There's no need to rush them in. No need whatsoever, my man. But they will be a part of it. They are shone on pre-season, so let's wait and see. Also, Tyrese Hall tonight. 2 goals against Chelsea last week, continuing on from where he left off last season. Keeps doing that. It's hard to ignore the guy as well. We've got Drew Zill in the house. Great to see you, Drew. Hopefully you're keeping well, sir. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself back in the homeland. Hopefully your mother is doing okay as well. We've got Derek Hutchinson. Great to see you, Del Boy. Says, good evening, Dave. And all, let's see how it is done after the crap last night. Come on, you Spurs. Very deflated after last night. Nowhere near good enough. Look, you can sit there. We can sit here and say it's first game of the season. At the end of the day, it was a great opportunity to get off to a good start, pick up 3 points, and live up to what Postecoglou has said, which is the aim, which is trophies, and also some of the players. And we absolutely floundered, and it looks like we haven't really learned too many lessons from last season. Finishing cost us last night, and then once we conceded, we couldn't regain composure. All the wheels fell off. It was absolutely shocking. We've got Shawnee Maddox in the house. Time to cleanse the palate. I mean, that would be nice. Hopefully Moore and Lancashire can turn on a bit of a masterclass tonight. Be very interesting to see how they get on against some of these League One teams. Dan Davenport says, hi Dave, we were sloppy second half last night. It's clear we need to try and add to our squad before the window shuts. And look, I've tried to highlight it over the course of the summer. You know, some people were surprised that maybe I haven't been as positive about these signings as some as I have been in years gone by. But that's because I took in what Ange Postecoglou said he wants this season and what we've done. And I don't think it quite matches up, to be brutally honest. I think we've left him really, really short. And now we're sitting here and everyone's saying now we need signings. It's a bit late in the window now. But look, this is what I was saying. You know, we can sit here and say, yeah, this player's a good squad player, that's a good squad player. The reality is, a squad player, you have to use them to come off the bench in impact games. Didn't really see that last night from the likes of Werner. I spoke about Brennan Johnson, you know, nowhere near good enough last night, again, in terms of end product. And when everyone's not at it and players aren't doing what they want, and you've got bang average players, it will come back to bite you. Sometimes we think of squad players as a scran, they probably play 5 to 10 games a season. It's not quite the case. Now, because modern day football is a squad game, you need a proper squad, and hopefully we can get the rest of that done over the course. Dan Davenport, big yourself up. Big up, Rayman, great to see you as always. Hopefully you are keeping well, sir. Oh, I'm a bit late on the timer, guys, but I better get going. Just give me 1 second. You guys distracted me. Bristol City are in control. Give me a minute. I'll get back to the chat, guys. Also, let me know if I sound okay, look good. Let me know, guys, please. Now we're synced up here with the clock. Happy days. And we are underway here, so let's see how the under-21s get on today. Super excited. Hopefully they, like Shawnee Maddox says, we can cleanse the palate from last night. Bristol Rovers with the throw-in. So nice clearance. Oh, I'll run through the team for you now in just 1 second as well, guys. So in goals, of course, like I said, Luca Gunter does come in for Josh Keeley, who played against Chelsea. Casanova and Mason King form the centre-back partnerships with Akamaric at the left, McKnight at the right, and then you've got Olasesi, Abbott and Hall in the midfield with Will Lancashire up front, Mikey Moore off the left, and Ajayi off the right-hand side. So that is the lineup for tonight, guys. Tottenham with a throw in here. Akamaric on the ball. Let's get back to the chat. Scotty Heineman here. Big up to all. Come on, you Spurs. Great to see you, Scotty. Hopefully you're keeping well, my man. Good to see you in the house. We've also got Mark. Excuses last night. We needed them before Werner. No, look, Mark, I've been saying it. If people go back and watch my Welcome to Tottenham videos, I've made my concerns clear about the signings and stuff like that. Also, Ilmatic says, big up and congrats on the 15k. Look, really appreciate that. Honestly, never thought it was ever going to reach anywhere even over 10k. Trying to stay sane. Looked on the listen along last night and you all reflected how I felt, Dave. Look, I was absolutely fuming last night. Absolutely fuming. I was livid. Some of them players really need to take a long, hard look in the mirror. Some of them first-team players who are, I've spoke about us on Last Word on Spurs there the other night, saying about that, where's the leaders in this squad? I don't see it. I feel like we've missed a trick in the transfer market. Rob Belcher, he says, not only concentrating on the first team squad, Dave brings us news about the academy, a truly passionate fan. 1 second though, Will Lancashire on the ball. Couldn't really skin the man, couldn't really get it under control, a bit loose there, and it's gone out for our Tottenham corner kick. Rob, look, I followed the under-21s last season. I've done the under-18s the season before in the cup final and stuff like that. I've always, even when I was young, I've always looked at the academy and stuff like that. I've always had a keen interest in it. Tottenham go for a short corner. Therese Hall, unlucky. Swings a boot. I think it was more of I think he went for a cross, but it was more of a shot, to be brutally honest. Good play by Tottenham, though. Very good play. It's encouraging to see. Alpesh Patel says, evening, eat, rinse and repeat. What has changed from last season apart from the departures? Look, I will say, we did get off to last season with a draw 2-2 against Brentford. We did go on a 10-game unbeaten run. It's not time to, what's the right words? It's not time to throw the toys out of the pram yet. I get everyone's living about yesterday, and I am too. It's nowhere near good enough. But, they still have a game against Leicester. They've got North London Derby coming up. If they can get on a nice winning run, all will be forgiven. So let's wait and see. But, yeah, look, it was very poor last night. It doesn't look like much lessons were learned, to be brutally honest with you. Iceman says, big up, Dave, and everyone in the chat. Great to see you, Iceman. Hopefully you're keeping well, sir. And Iceman says Romero's 100% to blame for that goal last night. Yeah, look, he didn't really know where Vardy was for quite much all of the night, to be brutally honest with you. Anytime Vardy got a run, Romero was nowhere to be seen. Romero was way off his standards yesterday. Absolutely way off it, Iceman. And he has to take full responsibility. And he's supposed to be that leader across the back line as well, lad. We've got John Fernandez, Soulful House says, come on, you Spurs. Great to see you in the house. Hopefully you're keeping well. Tom Tacker, evening, everyone. Great to see you, man. Hopefully you're keeping well. Alpesh Patel says, how far is Dorrington from returning to playing? I'm not quite sure on that one, to be brutally honest with you, Alpesh. I'm not quite sure on that one. Aussie Dream says, thank God Ange can't ruin this one. A lot of people have a lot of questions about Ange Postecoglou now. Rayman says, Dave, I say this as a red-blooded man with kids. You're looking mighty fine today. No, look, I really appreciate that. Bit of a new look, new camera lens and stuff like that. You know, so you don't have to watch my grainy self and stuff like that. I'm glad it's paying off. Thank you very much. Oh, it's a good shot from Bristol Rovers. Dan Coy says, big up Dave and Jack. Congrats on 15k. Come on, you Harris Army. Really appreciate that, lad. Really do appreciate that. Nice milestone to get to. But at the end of the day, it's only because of you guys, you know. The fact that you religiously keep coming back to tune into the content. You know, you do all the liking, the subscribing, all that sort of good stuff. You know, so it's down to you guys, really. We should be thanking you, to be brutally honest. But really appreciate that, Dan. It's difficult on your own sometimes, you know. Really is difficult on your own sometimes, but we'll get there today. Just bear with me, guys. Starting off a bit slow, but you know me, I'm one of them, bit nervous at the start, sort of find my rhythm then and get going, and then you can't really shut me up, you know, so just bear with me. We'll get going into it now. Just checking in on a few things, making sure everything's all good, making sure everyone can hear me. I presume you can. Perfect. Happy days. Right, let's go. Casanova. Ajayi. Goes back to Knight. To Casanova. Oh, Abbott getting his pocket picked there in the midfield. Bristol Rovers on the attack. It's a shot off at the edge of the box. It's 1-0 Bristol Rovers. Luca Gunter couldn't get down to it. Oh, it's not a great goal to concede by any stretch of the imagination. Not what we wanted here this evening. Not a good start for the senior team or the under-21s to the season. Isaac Hutchinson, the goal scorer here for Bristol Rovers. Good strike from the edge of the box. Moving away from Luca Gunter straight into the bottom corner. 1-0 Bristol Rovers. Let's see how the under-21s can respond. He's just running. No one gets close and allows the shot. McKnight could really get out there and try and close that shot down a little bit more. He'd be disappointed with his effort there. He sort of just backed off him, and he got punished. But look, this is what these games are all about, you know. A good learning curve for these youngsters, you know. He'll learn from that. King. McKnight. Mikey Moore now on the ball, looking to run at a few players, drawing a few of them. That's a lovely ball outside the boot round the corner. He's absolutely bundled over Will Lancashire, and the referee's just let it gone. That's absolutely shocking. You can see Mikey Moore and Lancashire, they understand each other's game. That's going to be an exciting combination, whether it be for the under-21s or for the senior team at some point. Great work back by Ajayi there. Gets it, just under pressure, couldn't get it back to the goalkeeper. Surely they're giving us a free kick there, the referee. Yeah, he's giving us a free kick. Casanova. Out to King. King loses it. Gets dispossessed. Under pressure. Recovers well. Out for a Bristol Rovers corner. King looking a little bit shaky at the start here, guys. A little bit shaky. Needs to recover from that goal mistake very, very quickly. No point in letting it sink in your head because you're just going to spiral. Got to let that get out of your head. It's an outswinger from Bristol Rovers. It's cleared. Tottenham did defend it well, actually. Better than what the senior team do, to be brutally honest with you. Very good defensive clearance there. Happy with that. See if we can just get on the ball, regain a bit of composure. You have to understand there's a lot of new faces in this under-21 team as well. New backline and stuff like that. So, you know, it's going to take them a while to get up to speed with the system and that now. Some of them were on the periphery last year. Didn't really get too much game time. But Tyrese Hall, it's a lovely ball into the midfield. It's given away by Abbott. It's dispossessed. Bristol Rovers. Another free shot from the edge of the box. It's blocked this time between Casanova and King. Tyrese Hall picks it back up. That's a great turn. Absolutely spins him. Bit of composure. Passes it back to Luca Gunter. Casanova. King. Looking for options. Decides to go back across to Casanova. Take your time. That's it. Patience now. Let's deal with a bit of possession. Lovely play there between Akamaric and Hall. Back to Casanova here. Tottenham trying to find that ball forward. Trying to find that space. Mikey Moore's dropping deep. He wants it. Gives it back to King. See how the chat's getting on. Liam says, seems like Sunset Bell is leaving, Dave. Yeah, look. Me and Jack, we were thinking could be sold or could be loaned out because towards the back end of the campaign, he didn't really hit the heights that he started the campaign with, to be brutally honest with you, though. Tottenham here away, though. It's a joy. Olasesi pulls it across Will Lancashire. It's blocked. Unlucky. It's a good move by Tottenham down that right-hand side, though. Much more of that. I also said Santiago, and he's ended up leaving as well permanently. I didn't think he was ever going to make it. You know, I was trying to say to people, he's a lot older than what you think. He's not on the younger side like a Donnelly, like a Lancashire, like a Moore. Neither is Sunset Bell. He's a bit older than the rest. And so I'm not really too surprised by that one, to be brutally honest with you, Liam. But thank you for bringing that to my attention. Paul G says, I didn't realise this was on. Neither did this after yesterday. Yeah, look, I you know me, I like to keep an eye on the under-21 fixture, so I knew this was coming today. But I absolutely love it. Bristol Rovers, dispossesses King. He's being a real problem here for us in possession. He's getting run ragged at this moment in time. It's a good ball across to the back post. The winger comes sliding in. Couldn't really get a great connection on it, and we got away with one there. It's a great ball in down this left-hand side. They're causing us real problems. I do not know how the striker didn't get on the end of that. It should have been 2-0 to Bristol Rovers. Dan Davenport, Raheem Sterling, Spurs will never go for someone like him. They won't pay. They won't even get close to the 300k a week he's on at Chelsea. And plus Tottenham and Chelsea just do not do business, my man. So I don't think we'll ever see that, to be brutally honest with you. Just a harmless potato. Great to see you in the house. Hopefully you're keeping well. Free kick to Bristol Rovers. Tottenham, not a great opening start to the game for them, I must say. Looking a bit shaky. You know, there's not really any sort of fluidity to their play right now. How long does he want to take to deliver this? Jesus Christ. Does he want an invitation? One hand, we get the signal. Should have done it 10 minutes ago. It's a good ball, though. He's unmarked. Again. The forwards are unmarked. Hopefully they've kept a tight line here and it's offside. But it's another good ball in. No, I think he's onside there. Got away with that one again. The defence really needs to liven up here now. Gunter. King. Back to Gunter. Out to Casanova. Tottenham can't get out their own half of the ball right now. Anytime they go to pass it or penetrate it beyond the halfway line, Bristol Rovers are very quick in, taking it off us, snapping at us. It's good work rate there by Olasesi, though. Let's see if Spurs can get some pressure on Bristol now. See if we can get this high press into effect here. Will Lancashire looking to press on the goalkeeper. Forces him to go along. Right in behind Akamaric. Good pace. Gets back, recovers well. Onto Gunter. Onto King. Back to Akamaric. Showing a bit of bravery here. Taking responsibility. Trying to run out with it. Good ball into George Abbott. Making himself available. Moves it on out right to McKnight. McKnight into Jai. Back to McKnight. This is a good spell of possession here from the under-21s. Casanova. Looking for options. Not really a lot of great movement off the ball right now as we speak. Bristol are sort of going man for man as well and not really give us an option to get out here. Gunter takes a risk there into... Good ball. Olasesi. That's a very good ball out to McKnight, opening up the play here. Mikey Moore. Oh, him and Tyrese Hall. Tyrese Hall just runs into the space. And I don't think he was expecting the pass. I think he was just trying to draw defenders away. Giving away. Bristol Rovers clear. That's better from Tottenham, though. It was a great switch of play from Olasesi. Very good friends with Mikey Moore, actually, I believe. King standing on the ball here, trying to wait and draw players out. Into Hall. Back to King. Let's get the chat back up. Let's see how some of you all are getting on. Aussie's Dream says Moore has that stocky build for a young lad. Yeah, he is. He's very built for a young lad, to be fair to him. Very stocky, and that's serving well. He'll be able to deal with the physicality and stuff like that, you know, because that is a huge part of it as well. Big up, DJ Samuel. Good to see you in the house. David Clark says So Moore was never going to be a part of the first team squad for Premier League games. What we'll say, Davey, is that, look, it's early. You know, these guys will get in once the game starts. Once the game start coming in thick of, oh no, Bristol Rovers are in behind here again. Oh, you tried to put it across. McKnight reads it well, actually, and gets it cleared. It's not good from Tottenham, though, across that back line. We're looking very nervous. We're getting ripped apart down that left-hand side with Akamarik and King at this moment in time. But what I will say, Davy Clark, is I've said this many a times. You know, you can have a squad of 25 players that you can register as long as you get the homegrown quota right and the club-trained player correctly within that. And then any under-21 players, you don't have to register. Technically, they can all be under-21 players. So, in fact, you can have an inflated squad. And I actually said this. I think it's a good idea to keep one or two of these around. And I've mentioned this many times over the summer. Have them as a hybrid between the senior team and under-21 football this season. When the games come in thick and fast in, you know, October, November, December, January, notoriously when our squad gets thin and we don't really have the squad to be able to cope with it, you know, we know the talent of some of these guys, and then you can bring them up and see what they can do, and the opportunities are there for them that way. There's no need to rush them straight into the squad. There's going to be plenty of squads for them to be able to get into. Just need to show a bit of patience now around it. Bristol Rovers with another opportunity there again. The winger all coming off the left-hand side, just on mark there. Akamarik and King really need to start rising up back there. The Fresher says, Dave, are they in two minds on Gunter and why Keely's on the bench for now? Do you know what? I just have a feeling maybe Gunter has got himself ahead in the pecking order. Look, Keely was brilliant for the under-21s last season, got them off to a great start. And then he went out on loan to Barnet to gain some first-team football. He had some really good games there, but then he had some games where he made some stupid errors, really. And he played against Chelsea under 21s in the 2-1 win. But Gunter comes back in tonight, and I just have a feeling maybe it is that Gunter is maybe ahead in the pecking order right now, or they're trying to find another loan move for Keely to get it back out and play men's team football, which I think will be the ultimate goal on that one. Bristol Rovers, though, again playing this in behind. Good clearance from Casanova. Be interested to see how he progresses this year. I remember in the cup final against Fulham last year, he was absolutely all over the place. But at the end of the day, these guys are youngs, and you got to admit you'd rather make your mistakes there than when you enter the senior ranks. Like Kyrgyz, Lancashire and Moore should be a part of the first team. I think in essence they will be a part of the first team squad, probably be up training with them and that, but, if they're not going to get game time for the senior team for the time being, it's great to have a hybrid of the under-21s and be able to play them in there. We're in a good position in that regard. Tottenham breaking forward here, though. Great ball out by Will Lancashire to Mikey Moore. He's looking for Akamarik to get on the overlap. Mikey Moore goes to cross it. It's cleared. Falls its way to Abbott. Abbott, poor pass. Gives it away, but that Bristol Rovers just kick it straight back to us. Casanova picks it up. Akamarik again. On to King. This is better. Forcing Bristol City back into their own half now. Let's see if we can, create something. Get a shot on goal here. Out to Ajayi. Oh, Lasesi gives it away. Ajayi now on the press. Now Will Lancashire on the press, trying to force the goalkeeper to go long. They succeed in that. Can they win this now and turn it over? A nice cushion header there by McKnight. Brilliant. The fresher says, yeah, keep them fit for the under 21, in the under 21s. Exactly. Not only that, right? It's not even really about fitness anymore because the way they train, the equipment they have, they're all super fit anyway now. It's more so about match sharpness, Now if they're called up, they've got the minutes in their legs, their match sharpness, the touch of the ball, the feel of the ball, you know what I mean? So they're not coming in cold, if you like, which I think is a huge plus. Bristol Rovers, 1 minute, trying to attack down our left-hand side here. In behind Akamaric. He gets across and deals with that well this time. I think he's hoping it's going to go out for a goal kick. It quite doesn't do that. He invites a bit of pressure on himself here. Does well to get out of it. Come on, Lino. He gives the Bristol Rovers. Throw in, just a harmless potato. Says, I agree. As the season goes on, we will need much more rotation. I'm sure more will get first team minutes this season. I mean, if Brendan Johnson continues on the way he is, he might find himself in the senior team quicker than what he thinks. But you look at the size of the guy, someone mentioned it, how stocky he is right now and all. He's ready. He's waiting for the opportunity. That's just poor passing from Tottenham across that back line there. Every pass over hit. David Clark says, I understand what you were saying. It's just he got good playing time in pre-season and he has goals and assists. That's why I was surprised he wasn't on the bench yesterday. No, 100%. I fully agree with you. Look, for me, I've already said it, Why do we keep persisting with Brennan Johnson? He doesn't give any end product off that side whatsoever. He's getting a lot of praise for working hard or out of possession, but that should be a bare minimum for me. And maybe I was a bit guilty of it yesterday. Oh, well done, Brendan Johnson, worked hard there and stuff like that. But that should be a given. That's something he didn't do last year that he's brought to the game. But he's a winger. He needs to be bringing, end product. And he's not doing it. And I think, I don't know why Ange keeps persisting with him. I think, and I've said this a couple of times, if he does, I think ultimately Brendan Johnson could cost him his job. At some point, I think he needs to be brave. And David Clark says, I heard they're taking another keeper who they want to bring in. I think he's 19 years old. And look, why not? Why not? Maybe they bring him in. That also frees them up to get Luca Gunter out on first team action. Maybe that could be the plan. We just don't quite know. From Italy, though, I believe, isn't it? His name is Martinelli or something like that. Abbott getting stuck in there. Akamaric got away with that one. King out to Mikey Moore. A bit of space here. Let's see what he can do. Finds Akamaric. Casanova. Tottenham spread out now here in Bristol City's half. Just be patient, guys. Don't force anything. Bristol Rovers looking to get the press, Bristol Rovers looking to get the press on here. Tell Cockerell, good evening, Dave, and all you fantastic people in the chat. Come on, you Spurs. Good to see you, Jose. Hopefully you're keeping well, my man. Great to see you in the chat. Good run by Olasesi. Driving, looking to find Akamaric. It's a poor pass, really. It's under hit. It's cut out. But Tottenham back in possession. Now starting to assert a bit of themselves onto the game here. A bit more of an imprint onto the game, which is what we want to see. Bristol, I'll give it to them. Bristol's press is good. They're forcing us back an awful lot. They're not really letting us play through them, not really giving us much opportunity, much space in their half, to be fair to them. Jeff Brown says, big up there for this, big up the chat. Come on, you Spurs. Great to see you, Jeff. Hopefully you're keeping well. Look, I watched a lot of the academy games last year. I was privileged, I would say. Privileged. Tottenham take a quick free kick here, though. Akamaric couldn't really get it under control and get moving, but he does win a throw-in. DJ Samuel says, come on, Tottenham. Starting to get a little bit more of a foothold in the game now, which is good. Now we just need to try and create a few opportunities here, DJ Samuel. While the Bristol City player is down, Ozzy's dream says Ange will be gone in a month and won't drop his 47 million love child, Johnson. Look, a lot of questions around Ange Postecoglou right now, but I'd love to know how many signings were actually his and how many signings did the club bring in for him to work with. Because if they're his, I worry about his message and the level of player that he's bringing in. Especially in that forward line. And if it's the club, they've completely failed him this window. It was obvious we needed some more experienced sort of players in here this window. And look, I love all the young signings, but if you're going to make them, you also got to bring in some of these experienced players to help guide them along as well. Bristol forcing us back again here. Tyrese Hall trying to get a grip on the ball. Into Abbott. Back to Tyrese Hall. This is good movement here from Tottenham. Oh, he tries to feed it in behind Mikey Moore. It's just cut out. Very unlucky from Hall. That's more like it. Abbott picks it back up though. Mikey Moore takes over. He's got Hall. He's got Lancashire. He's tried to go on his own. He's still going. He's just muscled out there. Falls to Lancashire. He's got a giant on the outside. Doesn't use him. It's a fucking screamer from Will Lancashire. What a bloody goal. Picks it up on the edge of the box and bends one right over the goalkeeper into the top far corner. It's an absolute beautiful strike here from Will Lancashire. What a bloody goal. What a goal. Absolute screamer. It's the first time Tottenham have really got at Bristol City and ventured into their half. And it's all down to Mikey Moore picking up the ball, driving at them. Great ball work by Tyrese Hall on the build-up. Takes on one, takes on two, finally gets dispossessed. Will Lancashire picks it up. One touch, two touch. Bang, straight into the top far corner. That's an absolute unbelievable strike. And you can see why all these clubs at this level, Championship, League 1, League 2, are all queuing up to try and take this guy on loan. That is absolutely unbelievable. Could have done with one of them last night, to be brutally honest. What a strike from Will Lancashire, guys. That is just sheer class. 1-1 back in this cup tie. Let's go. And anyone new that's tuning in, they are playing against League 1 outfit Bristol. So they are playing against grown men here, a proper team. It's not like it's against another academy. That is unbelievable from Will Lancashire. Let's have a quick tune in. I haven't tuned in a while. Let's see how many people are tuning in now. 80 people. Not bad. Not bad for the first under 21 game of the season. Let's get that like buttons up, guys. And let's do all that good stuff, guys, please. That would be brilliant. Luca Gunter, what a strike from Will Lancashire, though, guys. I hope a lot of you are watching this game along with me. That is unbelievable. That is absolutely unbelievable. Charles Ingram says, at least the way Ange did it, Moore and Lancashire got some solid minutes under their belts. Look, at the end of the day, he looked at them all pre-season. No one can argue with that. He gave them all a fair time, a lot of time. He gave them a lot of opportunities. He knows how good they are now. And hopefully he turns to them now in a crisis. That's hopefully the idea of it, Charles. Davy Clark says, Ange bought on Werner and played him on the right wing and he was useless. Moore would have caused Leicester a lot more grief. It's why I've been saying for a long time, Davy Clark, age and international status doesn't mean anything. It just does not mean anything. I agree with you. I would have rather put my faith in Mikey Moore and given him that opportunity than Timo Werner. But Ange does seem to like Werner. And I did say I worry about Werner coming in. Does he block up more opportunities for Mikey Moore this season? It does seem to be the case right now. But Ange will live and die by his decisions. Big up, Big T. Good to see you in the house. Hopefully you're keeping well, my man. Great to see you. Wayne Bonner says how we're playing. Do you know what? I'll be brutally honest. For the first 20 minutes, we've been piss poor. Took us a while to get going. They're causing us real problems down Akamarick and Knight's side. But last 5 minutes, we sort of got a foothold in the game. Kept the ball a lot better. Got after them out of possession a lot better. Turned it over. First real opportunity of the game. An absolute belter from Will Lancashire. Hopefully it's a sign of things to come, Wayne Bonner. Great to see you in the house, sir. Hopefully you're keeping well, my man. MV Joker Davey says, can our strikers do that? I mean, what a finish, eh? What a bloody finish there. 3 for all. What a finish that is. Absolute screamer. It's unbelievable. How many highlights did we see from some of these under 21 players last year going viral? I mean, Donnelly was a great source of goals like that. Even better than that. The standard of some of these guys, absolutely quality. Shawnee Malik says, if Solanke and Richie won't score, maybe we need to try, Will. I mean, look, I don't want to grate on Solanke. I'm going to give him another 4, 5, 6 games before I really give my judgment on him and on what I've seen. First game at Tottenham could just be nerves, might settle down into it. Let's wait and see. But I did give my concerns when we signed him Is he going to deliver for Tottenham Hotspur? It's a complete different pressure, a complete different expectation. Richarlison didn't make the step up and couldn't do it to a large degree to be what we need over the course of the whole season. I have my doubts about Solanke. If they don't, we've no option but to try Mikey Moore. Maybe you bring Valise back in on off loan or Donnelly or someone like that. Tottenham getting a foothold in this game here, though. It's lovely football. Bristol Rovers are sorting to abuse right now, to be brutally honest with you. It's disgusting. DJ Savvy says Lancashire's the next Harry Kane. Rob Belcher says that was a Kane strike. Like, look, I don't want to put that pressure on a kid. I don't. You know, it's hard. You know, you're talking about the club's greatest ever goal scorer here, but it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Tyler, it's just on Spurs play as far as I know. If anybody else knows, please let him know. What's the latest on Dorrington? Not quite sure, to be brutally honest with you. Not quite sure. David Clark says, in the 19-year-old winger we have just purchased, it's a left winger. That's baffling. Look, he can play all across. He's two-footed, David Clark. Good move here by Tottenham. Oh, just a heavy touch from Tyrese Hall, and he was in. Unlucky there. But look, again, I put out a video explaining my concerns around the signings. A lot of people are saying, Dave, you're just being negative and stuff like that. But I just don't believe Brendan Johnson's going to deliver the goods, which means we're pinning our hopes on either Werner going out there coming good, Kulu going out there coming good, Odegaard going out there coming good. You know, I just feel like we missed an opportunity to bring in more of an established option. You look at Elise was on the market, Chiesa. I didn't want Pedro Neto, to be fair, so I'm not really going to pull that name out of the bag. Who else is there's been a Kingsley Coleman's out there, you know, you get him in on loan. I'd rather take that gamble than, you know, put all my hopes on Odegaard, who, no disrespect, he could come very good, and I think what I look at him, I think he's got some great attributes, so I think in the long run it'd be a very good signing for Tottenham. But when we're talking about going for trophies, it's a complete different step up and pressure altogether, because you need consistency. You need to be at every single week. With youngsters, like Ferguson used to say, there's inconsistency, so you got to dip them in, take them out, stuff like that, you know? You got to manage it. I think, look, I gave my breakdown on last word on Spurs on it the other night. I felt like the transfer window has been underwhelming. I felt like we've missed a trick. We could have brought in leaders. We didn't. I think we could have went under after some positions with more vigour and gung-ho. We didn't, you know, and it's been a bit disappointed, to be brutally honest with you. Green Badge says Sky Sports Plus, is it? Didn't know that. Gary Paul Speed, great to see you. Hopefully you're keeping well, sir. How are you keeping? He says, hello, Dave. Why are we after another goalkeeper when we already have enough quality youngsters? We need a CDM and a left back. You know what? I'm starting to worry at the point we're just accumulating all these youngsters that we can all across the world at this point too. You know, Project Mbappe, as they call it in football now. Buy low. Hopefully you get a few superstars out of it. If you don't, you sell the rest on for big money, as long as you're buying them at a certain quality and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, I think we got a lot of exciting players around the squad, and I love the youngness of it. But I'm just at the point, Gary, I think when I look at it and I look at the window and maybe more we could have done in certain positions in this window, I feel like they're actually preparing the squad for when Guardiola leaves and looking to go for a title challenge there, kicking the can down the road, maybe a year or two's time, rather than actually commit the money that's needed, even though we're only 4 or 5 players away, to really help us push on and go for it. That's what I feel. That's what it looks like to me, that they are preparing it for when Guardiola leaves, because they don't want to commit the funds now that it might take to try and leapfrog them while he's here, to be brutally honest. Tyler says, I'm very worried, Dave. Look, Tyler, I get it. Do you know what? I've been trying to raise the concerns all summer. I've just been called negative and everything else, my man. And the thing is, I haven't berated everything Tottenham's done either. I think they've done some great work in terms of outgoings and stuff. But, you know, with all the wages that got off, it's cleared the books for us to be able to go out in this window with more vigour than what we have. The Spurs fan says, all right, Dave, we spent a fortune on kids and none of them starting last night. What the F? Look, I get it. A lot of people are saying the same thing, but I'm going to keep reiterating the same thing. You're now the 25-man squad for Europe and for the Premier League. Within that 25-man squad, as long as you cover the club trained players and the homegrown players quota, Anybody else under the age of 21 doesn't have to be registered, which in effect allows you to have a large squad if you've got some very, very good under 21 players, which we currently have right now. So when the games come in thick and fast around October, November, December, January, you should see some of these players come up, because we're going to suffer injuries, suspensions. We're going to want to make rotations. We're going to have to, because you're going to be playing 2 games a week. So that's when you will see these guys come in, and it's just about being patient and waiting for their moment and taking it when it comes, which I think will come over that busy period. In years gone by, we've suffered a lot of injuries, and we've had to turn to, let's be brutally honest, below average players who continue to let us down. A lot of them are gone now, so you will be turning to a lot of these youngsters to fill out the squad. And look, well, I do think we need more experience to carry it on, but I do think they'll do better than what some of the other crap has done in years gone by. But I think it's just about being patient, Spurs fan. Tottenham still in the game here. 10 minutes to go till half time. Can they find a second goal here? McKnight. Ref, it's assault. He's a minor as well, by the way. Casanova. Back to Gunter. Gunter to Hall. That's a great turn and a great bit of footwork from him. Knight. It's just a poor ball to Akamaric. He's been really poor on the ball today, Knight. Really, really poor. Or not Knight, sorry, King. Why do I keep calling him Knight? King, sorry. He's been really poor on the ball, King. Mikey Moore looking to get the press on. Now Tyrese Hall joins. Forces it out for a throw in here to Bristol. Tottenham starting to hold their own here a little bit now, which is great to see. Bristol go along. They're trying the right-hand side now, trying to get a bit of space down there. It's overhit. It's hit the corner flag. It's gone out for a throw-in. I mean, if that was a rugby kick, that would be absolutely brilliant. If any rugby scouts there, they'd probably be trying to hire him. Throw in here for Tottenham. Deep down in our own half. Let's see if we can play our way out here. By the way, I mean, what sort of stadium is that? Bristol better not hope they get any promotions anytime soon. I mean, that's worse than the local AstroTurf in my village, to be brutally honest with you. Pitch is in great condition, but the stadium around it, it's never ever going to make Premier League standards. Ever. They need to build properly there. Shocking. It's off-putting, actually. It's quite off-putting. Should have come with a warning. Gunter. King. Into Hall. Moves it on to Abbott. He's starting to wake up a little here, get into the game. That's a great switch of play out to Ajayi. Keeps it in well. Back to Casanova. King here again on the ball now. Into Akamaric. Bit loose here in possession. He's inviting all the pressure onto him here. Back to Gunter. Oh, bit maybe casual there. Gets away with it though. That's a great out ball to Ajayi here. It's a great switch of play. It's a good ball in behind. Mikey Moore. Oh, unlucky. I think that was Olazesi trying to pave a way through there. Casanova, this is more like it. Tottenham now getting into the ascendancy a little here. Ajayi picks it back up here. Gets dispossessed. Takes too much out of it. Oh, Bristol are looking to hit us on the counter. Coming down the right-hand side here. King deals with that one. Olasesi. Throw into Bristol Rovers. Let's bring back up the comments. John Tucker says they are planning to build a new ground. All right, fair enough. I mean, I don't know what that is. I mean, it's absolutely all over the shop, them stands. What league are Rovers in? They're in Division League 1. Folks Cough says we can't all play in £1 billion days. No, I get it. Maybe that's a bit of snobbery on my behalf. John Tucker says it is a proper dive. He's watching it live at the ground. Big up, John. It does seem like that, to be brutally honest with you. I mean, to be honest, it looks like a maze. Hopefully you find yourself out, get out of there fairly okay. Big up, Congi108. Great to see you. He says hello. 1 second, though. Bristol Rovers are in behind here. Can King hold him up? He's offside. Good defending. He had him anyway. Tyler says he didn't buy it because he didn't think Lancashire and that would play. But you know what, Tyler? You should be buying it anyway. Keep an eye on a lot of these guys, you know. And there's great stuff up on Spurs Play. You know, you get to see how the under-18s are getting on and stuff like that as well, my man. Green Badge says, believe in Big Ange. Look, I do believe in Big Ange. I think he's been let down this window, to be brutally honest with you. I've said it. Charles Ingram says, Jed going to play all the Europa League and Cup games too. What a turnaround for him. Yeah, it's a brilliant turnaround. And you know what? I like Jed Spencer. I said it all the time. You know, when we signed him, I think he's got some great attributes. And I think he's been mishandled, you know. He was at the point where no matter what he'd done, Conte wouldn't play him because he was using him as a power sort of struggle between him and Daniel Levy. So it doesn't matter what he'd done. And if I'm his age, after getting my dream move and having the hard way into football, I'd probably lose my head as well, to be brutally honest with you. But it's glad to see that he's found it back again. He's matured a little bit, and he deserves it. And let's hope he can kick on now. Bristol Rovers with a corner here, though. Half-time approaching. Let's see if we can deal with this one any better. We've dealt with them all right today. Better than what the first team does. It's an outswinger. One of our heads is not clearance. Bristol Rovers have it here on the edge of the box. Oh, he gets done. It's a good delivery. It's a good clearance there. Well done, young King, actually. Done well there. Oh, no. It's a shot. It's a great save by Luke Gunter. Luca. Good effort. That was a good effort. Therese Hogg giving away the ball there. Not really the area you want to be giving that away, to be brutally honest with you. Bobby Andrews, good to see you. Says Dave, 2 questions. Number 1, would you like to see Lancashire integrated into the first team this season? For me, I think he knows where the goal is and he gets you goals in the first team. Thoughts? Give me 1 second now, Bobby Andrews. We're just on the attack here. Will Lancashire trying to cause a menace here? He does. Oh, keeper just gets a defender and keeper just get away with it there. He's causing an absolute nuisance when that ball goes in, Bobby. Do you know what, Bobby? Let me just keep this one till half-time and I'll come back to it. Congy says, thoughts on yesterday? Shit, useless, void of leadership, gutless. You know, near the end of the game, pissing around with the ball across the back line, no understanding. You know, we want to see our football played in a certain way. So does Ange Postecoglou, especially when you're 1-1 and you've dominated the game. You should be winning. You should be doing all you can to go forward and try and get that goal. Really annoyed about yesterday. Tottenham trying to build one more attack here, though, before half-time. Tries to release. I think that's a Jai in behind. John Tucker at the game, though. That's some travelling, my man. That's some dedication. Fair play to you, sir. I'd love to get to an under-21 game. I might try when I'm over next time. Passing over to Gunter. Just approaching half-time here. Let's see if there's any injury time added on. Casanova, though, by the way. What a name, right? What a name. Even Shakespeare couldn't come up with that one. Or if you're a girl and you marry him, you come up with that last name. You're living in a Shakespeare play. Free kick here to Bristol Rovers. 1 minute added on. Let's see if we can clear this. What an equaliser. Anyone new that's tuning in, though, what an equaliser from Will Lancashire. Honestly, Kane-esque finish. Take yourself back to Kane against Crystal Palace. If anyone remembers that one. Ball comes across, sweeps it straight over the goalkeeper into the far top corner. Absolutely brilliant from Will Lancashire. Brilliant. They swing it in. Gunter comes and deals with it nicely, punches it away. It's another cross coming back in. That's a goal kick, ref. We'll have that. That should get us to half time. Yep, that's half time. 1-1 here. Half time in this group game in the Football League trophy against League One. Bristol Rovers. Will Lancashire with an absolute screamer. Take your mind back to Kane against Palace. Takes it first time, top corner, or not first time, sorry, takes a nice touch and then goes for the far top corner, bending it over the keeper. Absolutely beautiful finish. First 20 minutes, Bristol were all over us, putting a lot of pressure on us. Couldn't really contain them, especially coming down that left-hand side between King and Akamaric. Slowly started to get grips with it, got a foothold in the game. And with our only one real opportunity this half, and it wasn't even a real opportunity, it was just a bit of brilliance from Will Lancashire. We find ourselves back in the game. Let's see what if there's any changes made at half-time, what Wayne Burnett can do, maybe in team talk-wise. And let's see, but we're in this game for sure. It's a really good test for these youngsters coming up against, proper teams, League One teams and stuff like that. It's a really good test for them. And they're holding up so far. And there's been a lot of changes in this under-21 team. That whole back line is completely new. Completely new, that whole back line. Of course, no Dorrington, no Ashley Phillips there. It's a completely new back line. Midfield, you got young Olasesi coming up from the under 18s. He looks all right in there, actually. Big friend of Mikey Moore's. He's done all right. Abbott been poor enough. I'd like to see him get maybe to grips with the game a bit more. Hall has had some good things. Done some great things, actually. Looking bright on the ball. But again, maybe you want to see a little bit more from him. Mikey Moore, he was the one that picked up the ball, driving at them, that created that goal for Will Lancashire. Anytime the ball's got to him, he's looked bright enough. Maybe could be doing a little bit more. Jai, want to see more out of him down that right-hand side. He hasn't really been able to get at the full-back once yet, to be brutally honest. But if we can tidy up this left-hand side between King and Akamaric, we can have a real goal here in this second half. Now, just bear with me. I'm just going to reset my timer for the second half here, and then I can get back to the comments. So I'll bring back up the comments now. Oh, OBS Studio, it's back again. Yeah, like I said, I think it's... Yeah, reconnected. I think it's a good idea to keep Will Lancashire around. With Richarlison, we still don't know whether he's going to be fit and available, whether the clubs have plans to sell him or not. But if he does go beyond this August, I think, again, because of his availability over the last 2 seasons, I think you have to keep someone like Will Lancashire around as an insurance policy. And I don't think it's a bad idea, because he will get games across the season, and he can play under 21s football and keep himself sharp and fit as well as we go on. And plus, he can train in and around the first team every day, which is hopefully the team and the players he wants to be playing with. So I think there's benefits to keeping him around. With Will Lancashire, one thing I think he's made great strides in his finishing. Don't get me wrong, and I know that sounds crazy because the amount of goals he scored last season. But I was watching games last season, and he could have come out of some games with double the amount of goals he did. He spurned maybe some chances. But looking at him pre-season and so far for the under-21s tonight, he hasn't needed 3 or 4 chances. Any chance that's come his way, he's took it away. He's become a lot more clinical in front of goal. When you look at the guy physically, can handle it. I mean, he's a grown man already. Look at the size of the guy. So for me, I think it would be wise to keep him around. Bobby Andrews. And he also says, Andrew said he's after a box-to-box midfielder, and Barcelona have said Gundogan is free to leave this season. Do you think, as I do, we should be doing everything humanly possible to get this done? Look, I think if you're bringing someone in that's been there, that's done that, I think it's the right decision. Are you going to get every single game out of him? I'm not quite sure. Not in this system you won't. And I'm not sure how robust he is enough to be able to play in this system. It's a little bit different to Guardiola's. You have more running to do in our midfield, I would argue, than you do in Guardiola's. But he's been there, he's done it. He could come in, he could set the standards, which would be good for everybody else around. Look, guys, if you want to win, these are the standards you have to meet. This is what you have to do every single day. And I do think we're missing that in the dressing room. Is Gundogan the right answer to that? Look, probably not, I would say, to be brutally honest with you, Bobby. Although, look, Gundogan, brilliant player. He's just getting on now. And in the Ange system, how many games are we going to get out of him? That's my main concern. The Spurs fan says, this is great hearing about the youth. Spence has pace. Look, I think he's a good different option off the bench to someone like Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro's a great passer, a great crosser. But Jed Spence, he's similar to Adoji. Give him the ball and let him go and, travel 30 yards in the space of 2 seconds, very, very quickly on the ball. I think he has his uses for sure. Again, it all comes down to end product. Can he have that to match? Let's wait and see. David Clark says 20 million euros and we could have already made player in Chiesa. It doesn't make sense. We didn't go for him. I think, from Richie Romano came out and said, what was it, 25 million euros? Juve willing to get rid? I mean, I just can't believe we're not straight in there looking to get that deal done, to be brutally honest with you. I just don't understand that. That's an easy deal for us to do. Good relations with Juventus, so it's an easy one for us to do. I don't understand it. I think, automatically he'd be better than someone like Brennan Johnson. He's been there, he's done it, he's played at the top level, he knows what it requires. He's over his injury problems. He had a good year and a half, 18, 19 months with injury problems. He's over that now. I don't understand why we wouldn't bring him in here, to be brutally honest with you. I think it's poor from the club. 3 for All says, must win on Saturday versus Everton with Newcastle away in the North London derby to come after. I mean, look, that's why them players have invited pressure on themselves, but also put massive pressure on Ange Postecoglou. Everton, we didn't fare too well against them last season, did we? We found it hard to break them down. But from set pieces, they caused us huge problems, and they were always in the game from that. If we're not going to be clinical against Everton, they could very well take a scalp here. You look at Newcastle away. The last 2 years we've gone up there, we've been absolutely battered out of it. Haven't turned up. Last season and the season before that. Very tricky fixture. And it's almost like when you're a player there, unless you have a certain mentality to try and put a stop to this, you're going up there worried that the same shit's going to happen. So, again, huge. If you don't pick up a result there, more pressure. You go to the North London derby, it's almost unforgivable. If we don't pick up 2 wins out of these next 2 games before North London derby, and we get badly humiliated in that, because I was at the one last season. We were 3-0 down inside, 20-odd minutes? I couldn't fucking believe what I was watching. Genuinely couldn't believe how we capitulated. All from set pieces, most of it as well. Ange could find himself out of a job very, very quickly. And then a lot of these players could find themselves under a lot of pressure from the Vans very, very quickly as well. So they need to put it together, and they need to, go on a little run now. If they can win all 3 of them games, I mean, look, pressure's off. We're all back behind them again, 100%. It's a very tumultuous time, I would say, right now. It'd be hard for the board to sit there and say we've unwavering faith. If you don't beat Everton, Newcastle and the North London derby, it's going to be very, very hard, especially more so off the back of how we finished last campaign. If we didn't finish like that, I don't think, he would be under that pressure so earlier on into the season, to be brutally honest with you. John Tucker says, I live 20 minutes from Rovers ground in Bristol, mate. Oh, nice one. Fair play to you for getting down. Hopefully you're enjoying your day out there. Probably too warm for a cup of Bovril, I suppose, But big up John Tucker. Tyler says, Lancashire more divine. Richie Johnson is better than Richie Johnson and Werner. Look, I look at this point, right? What did Johnson bring last season that he hasn't, what did Johnson do this preseason or last night that he's shown that he's learned from last season? He's worked a bit harder out of possession. That's about it, but that's a given. Werner came off the bench. All he knows how to do is run in straight lines. It's absolutely shocking. He's like a robot. Can't do anything outside of that. Piss poor. Richie, that header last night. How are you not testing the goalkeeper right at the end? I mean, this is a guy, Solanke's been brought in. He says he's not going anywhere. He bangs that in. He turns the narrative around very, very quickly. All of a sudden, he's being called to start for that Everton game next week. He misses an absolute sitter right at the end. And if this persists, why not go with some of the youngsters? Why not? Let's see if they can do something different, do us a bit proud. David Clark says our centre-backs had no choice to pass the ball across the back because our midfield players were too far up the field to receive the ball. To a certain degree, but I would argue there's so many times Romero had the option, one touch, bang it out wide to the right-hand side and completely refused. Now, I get it. He probably doesn't trust them to do anything with the ball. That's why he doesn't want to do it. But when you're chasing a game, you've got to do it. It's unforgivable, in my opinion. And if the passing option isn't on, Romero's more than capable enough, and so is Van de Ven, pick up the ball and go running with it. More than capable. Donovan, I can't believe it either, lad. I just cannot believe we drew either yesterday. I'm so annoyed about it. But hopefully the under-21s can do us a bit more prouder today and pick up a result. That would be absolutely brilliant. The Fresher says, having defended Johnson's assist stats all summer, I can see he was absolutely woeful yesterday. I just don't see what everyone sees in this guy. I just don't. He's just woeful. Anytime he gets the ball, he's absolutely woeful. And there has to be something in it that anytime there's a pass to be able to give it to him, they don't. But anytime Son's on it straight out there, it's because they trust Son more with the ball. And they just feel like anytime it goes out to Johnson, they'll give it away. And I think that's another reason why Ange Postecoglou needs to take him out the team. Future's bright. Future's Lily White says, where's Donnelly and Bell? Donnelly's on loan. He's now at Leyton Orient on loan for the season. And Sunsup Bell, I think, is on his way out of the club, I believe. Future's bright. Lily White. I think we're selling him. So big yourself up. Charles Ingram says George Feeney will move up next season. He is doing awesome. His father, is it Warren Feeney? He used to play for Northern Ireland. So he comes from good stock. This guy came from Northern Ireland, signed for the Tottenham under-18s. Let's see how he gets on this season, my man. Big up, George. Spurs fans, smash a like, folks. Hearing about the youth is good. Hats off, Dave. Really appreciate that, my man. Thank you very much. Tyler says, Dave, your audio is cutting in and out. Unless that's me. Maybe it is me. Some other people will let me know. Waiting for this game to get underway, guys, so I'm going to keep going through the chat here. If you have any more questions you want to get in, please get them in. Shawnee Malik says Goretzka over Gundogan every time. Do you know what? Great name there as an alternative to Gundogan. I really like Goretzka. He's an absolute powerhouse. Look at the size of the guy. So strong. He would be perfect in that number 6 role for us. Just sit there, shore it up. He would be absolutely brilliantly on Goretzka. Shawnee Malik's absolutely spot on. And if we pull that one off, I might have to go to a dark room for 5 minutes, to be brutally honest with you, Shawnee. 3 for us is 70% possession. 1 shot on target each. Cracking strike by Lancashire for our goal. It was an absolute great strike by Will Lancashire. Absolute fantastic strike. What I will say is Bristol City has had a lot of chances. They had another one where they just after going 1-0 up, put a lovely ball across the 6-yard box, and somehow the winger was there. He was there on time. He just didn't get a proper connection. Could have been 2-0 down very quickly. And talking about a different game, they've had a couple of free headers and that as well. We do need to tighten it up. We're lucky to be in this. So that old saying, isn't it? Carte diem. What is it? Go and seize the day. So let's go and do it, my man. Sean says no one's gone in for Chiesa. There has to be more to it. I don't buy that, to be brutally honest. I think other clubs maybe are not going into Chiesa because they're not maybe as in a big rush for that position. When you look at some of the other top teams around Europe, they're not really in a rush for that right-wing position. Tottenham are. And for me, if that's on the market, you got to go for it. You just got to. We shouldn't be worrying about what other clubs are doing, this, that, and the other. For me, it's probably coming down to maybe, you look at his age, he probably wants a big contract, but that's where Tottenham have to do it. That's where you got to pay. If you're going to pay Timo Werner 185 grand a week and cover his wages, I'm sorry, you get Chiesa for me. Or even, why didn't you go and get Elise or challenge to try and go and get Elise when he's off to Bayern Munich? There was more options on the table for me. And like Tyler says, if we announce Chiesa and Goretzka, many fans would be absolutely over the moon with them two names. Wouldn't be any problem with it whatsoever. And the Ing135 says, still mad about yesterday's result, but it's soon match day again. Look, we're all pissed off with yesterday's result, to be brutally honest with you. Let's wait and see what Leicester brings. They owe us performance. Let's hope they can go and do it. What I will say is, they drew the first game of last season and went on a 10-game unbeaten run. So let's see what they do against Everton. But they've got Everton coming up at home, Newcastle away, which we've been crap at the last 2 years. We've been given an absolute pasting up there. And we've been brutalised, demoralised up there. And then you also have the North London Derby coming up. And we didn't fare too well in the back end of that last season. I was there at the game. We were 3-0 down when inside the first half. It was absolutely shocking. So there's a lot of pressure on right now, and they better stand up and deliver. There's nowhere to hide for them. They put themselves under that pressure with that last underway here now, though. Finally, Jesus, half time. It's like they've gone in and had a 5-course meal. It's took that long to get back here. Isn't it? It's mad. Adam Phillips says, who got our goal tonight? Will Lancashire, an absolute unbelievable strike, my man. Harry Kane, Harry Kane against Palace, where he picked up that ball and swept it over the keeper into the top far corner. Exactly like that, my man. And the Soon Bell, no, it looks like he's on his way out of the club, but again, you know, he was on the older side of the under-21s, and there was always that potential. And look, he started off last season absolutely fantastic form for the under-21s, but for the second half of the campaign, he was really poor, couldn't really hit them heights and stuff like that. And with the emergence of Moore, Lancashire, Donnelly, Sunset Bell has fallen further down the pecking order, and it's probably right, you know, to let him go, to be brutally honest with you. Big up, Alexander. Great to see you. We're currently watching Tottenham under-21s in the Football League Trophy group stage against Bristol Rovers. 1-1 so far. Great play by Casanova there. That's absolutely brilliant. Marios says, Dave, what do you think of the 3-5-2 formation with Solanke and Lancashire up top with Kulu behind them? Goals galore. I'll be brutally honest with you. When you look at the defensive options we have, I think we're far too short across the back line to even consider going to a back three, to be brutally honest with you. If you play Romero, Radu Dragson and Van Aven, one of them pull an injury, you're straight back to a back four because you don't have the centre-backs to be able to cover it. And that left back, or left wing back, was short as well. So I think you're just stretching yourself beyond the realms of possibility, to be brutally honest, if you do switch to that three. And Ange Postecoglou won't play. He's a four at the back sort of guy. He's more of an attacking sort of manager. A lot of trees at the back, bar the Xavi Alonso one, is more so defensive orientated and stuff like that. And let's be brutally honest, Spurs fans didn't like it when Conte played it. They berated him for it. So I'm not sure. Look, I see this banded about an awful lot. But iteration under Ange Postecoglou, especially since he's only got 3 centre-backs right now. Future's bright. Future's Lily White says, love to meet you, me mad Irish man. You ever over here in Newcastle? I'm a cabbie here. Would love to show you around this beautiful city. Hoping to get tickets for Newcastle versus Tottenham. Come on, you Spurs. Look, to be honest with you, I've never been to Newcastle. So when I was younger, it was a place I've always wanted to go to. I was a big fan of that programme, Geordie Shore. Used to religiously watch it. Used to absolutely love it. And I hear it's supposed to be a great city, actually. A very, very great city. Everyone up there is supposed to be really nice. And I'd love to get over there at some point. Maybe I'm probably a bit too old for it now. Also, I don't drink, so it's probably a bit pointless me going there. But I do hear it's a really, really nice city. And I would love to go at some point, to be brutally honest with you. And look, best of luck with them tickets. You know, away tickets for Tottenham fans are extremely, extremely hard to get. You have to have a certain amount of points and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I'd love to help you, but I wouldn't be able to help you on this one. I wouldn't have a clue where you would get a ticket for that. You might try and have to get home tickets and disguise yourself, my man. But big up, really appreciate it. And a cabbie, not a bad job. But you know what? Most cabbies I meet are always jolly. You know, they're good for chats and stuff like that, you know. Very well versed in life and stuff like that. So I'd say you're one of them, my man. Big yourself up. Tottenham here on the attack. Lots of space here to run into. Mikey Moore moves it inside to Akamaric. Moves it outside to Ajayi. Has the effort. Unlucky. Mikey Moore picks it back up, running in. Oh, it's an absolute brilliant finish from Mikey Moore. Pick that one out. Ooh, what a finish. Picks up the ball, drives in and down the byline and finishes it. It's an absolute beautiful finish from a really tight angle. And the Spurs fans behind the goal there is a good travelling crowd for the U21s, actually. And they're all standing up there celebrating. And look at them lauding Mikey Moore. They absolutely love him. It's great to see. Picks up the ball, skins the full-back, carries on driving into the box, keeps going. And it's an absolute beautiful finish, running in across the byline, low and hard into the far corner. That's what we're talking about, Mikey Moore. Get this man into the senior team. Get him in there against Everton. And let's see what he can do. It's absolutely brilliant. Tottenham 2-1 to the good now. Brilliant finish from Mikey Moore. That's what we want to see around here. Oh no, what did I do? I pressed the wrong button on the stream. Oh, shite. Back. I was going to start speaking German there. I was about to say, oh, scheiße. Oh, King gets caught underneath that. Casanova there to bail him out. Olasesi picks it up, deals with it lovely there. Yeah, no, I get it, Shawnee Maddox. To be brutally honest with you, I think one of the reasons why we're not doing the deal is because wages and that, I don't think we want to pay them, to be brutally honest. I think that's probably part of it. And plus, he's probably a bit older than some of the signings that we've been bringing in. Or maybe he's just not even on the radar. Maybe you haven't even considered him, to be brutally honest with you. Liberty Boudio says, oh, great name. The Irish Hotspur, my own opinion yesterday, Solanke was good considering first match playing with the lads, but Johnson and Son couldn't manage to cross more than 3 crosses combined, and it's bad. Look, Son was very menacing down that left-hand side yesterday for the first half. You know, he was creating havoc and stuff. I get it. The end ball wasn't quite there, but he's our best forward player in the forward line. You know, and at the end of the day, everything came down his side. It's very easy to double up on Son down that side when nothing is coming down the right-hand side. And I'm not being funny. If you've got a player like Brennan Johnson there, people are going to leave him open because they know Tottenham are not going to pass him the ball. They look at Romero. How many times does he turn away from passing it out there? Madison, I think, pumped it out there once or twice, but we've got no return from it. Everyone else doesn't want to move it out there. Look, Johnson is a huge problem. I've been highlighting him for quite some time with Brennan. Oh, no, it's a free header. It's come off the post. Got away with that one. And like I said, Ange needs to... he's got to stop trusting him. He's got to drop him for the next game. Chris Loney, great to see you. Says, I'm 70, was born with nuts. They're shriveled now, but they're still nuts. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Chris Loney. Good to see you. How's Australia, my man? Is it warm today? I think you're Australian, aren't you? I think I'm correct. Fox says, we could have used that yesterday. 100%. John Tucker, great finish. Did I see you in the away with the fans lauding Mikey Moore there? It's another good ball by Mikey Moore. Tries to get Hall away. The defender just showing a bit more strength there, being able to deal with it. They'll be raging. They find themselves 2-1 down. They could have really put us to bed inside the first 20 minutes or so. Marios, what position is Moore playing? He's playing off the left-hand side, my man. Will Lancashire here. He's been absolutely abused, referee. How's he not giving a free kick there? Congy, he has to be dropped. Yeah, I'm sorry. He just has to be. You're absolutely spot on. Liberty says Solanke will score goals, and as for me, yesterday was proven wrong by him because I thought his link-up play is bad, but it was good. Disappointing he missed his chance, but I believe next time we'll do. Do you know what? His link-up play was actually fairly good yesterday. It was just the finishing. What I find disappointing is he had 4 or 5 really good chances, all straight down the goalkeeper's throat with no power behind it whatsoever. Solanke at Bournemouth doesn't miss them. And again, I just worry about the pressure and the step-up. But also, to be fair to the guy, you need more service. He needs more service, more balls into the box, more from Sonny, a lot more from that right-hand side as well, to be brutally honest with you. So, you know, look, like I said, oh no, it's another free header. We got away with that one again. Give him 4 or 5 games, see how he gets on, and then, you know, I'll make my judgment. Tottenham need to watch that. Bristol have had 2 free headers here now the last few minutes. Oh, that's exceptional. Ref, he's just tugged out of him. You can't tug out of Olasesi like that. That's ridiculous. He was away and all. That's a handball. This referee's absolutely fucking blind. Oh, Therese Hall, you can't lose it there, kid. Come on, McKnight, get out there. It's a good ball across. Well done. Good clearance from Olasesi there. he doesn't shy out of the physicality and stuff like that, but it seems to be taking its toll on the poor guy, to be brutally honest with you, which is annoying. Because I truly believe a fully fit Bentancur can really sort of revolutionise that midfield. Really help Ange Ball an awful lot. It's just, we can't keep him fit over the last season or two. Bristol Rovers with a corner kick here, though. It's an in-swinger this time rather than an out-swinger. Trying to put us under pressure. That they do. Gunter doesn't cover himself with glory. Couldn't deal with it between him and the defence there. Him and King get mixed up. And Bristol Rovers have just pumped it into the back of the net. 2-2. That's really, really poor between the centre-back and the goalkeeper there. Really, really, really poor. 2-2. Bristol Rovers back in it now. It's just an in-swinger. They've tried out swingers in the first half. They've gone for the in-swinger, put us under pressure. I mean, it's King and Gunter both going for the same ball, getting mixed up with each other. Gunter's blaming King. King's blaming Gunter. Ideally, one of them. Look, if Gunter's put his name on it, King should be getting out of the way. That's twice King has been at fault now for a couple of goals. That's a great ball in behind for Will Lancashire. Can he get on the end of it? The Bristol goalkeeper was on the edge of the box playing the sweeper role just as well. How many we've got tuning in the house? 125 of you great people. Absolutely love that, guys. Please smashing the like button for me. That would be absolutely awesome. Tottenham under 21 so far for all you new people tuning in. Playing Bristol Rovers in the group stage of the Premier League Cup. 2-2 so far. Two very good goals. One from Will Lancashire, an absolute screamer. And then Mikey Moore as well with another great goal. Picking up the ball on the left-hand side. Skinning the full-back. Coming in down the byline. Low shot. In underneath the goalkeeper into the far post. Defensively, being a bit poor, especially down that left-hand side. Poor King has had a very, very tough afternoon. Akamarik has had a tough afternoon as well. But, let's see if we can get to grips here in this game again and go at them and maybe create another opportunity. McKnight. Back to Gunter. Into Therese Hall. That's a lovely little ball out here now to King. His passing has been a bit shaky today, King. Back to Gunter here. Lovely little step over. Into Therese Hall. He's begging for it. Moves it on nicely to Abbott. Back to Therese Hall. It's just over here out of his path. Oh, Bristol Rovers. Rovers now with the attack. That's great defending from young McKnight. Absolutely brilliant defending down there. If he didn't make that tackle, they were in. That's quality defending. Bristol Rovers cutting inside here though. He unleashes a shot. It's a good block by Casanova. He's done well today, that kid Casanova. Mikey Moore picks it up, trying to get out. It's a heavy touch, unlucky. Wonder will Wayne Burnett start thinking about substitutions anytime soon. Bristol Rovers are really causing us left-hand side. Maybe a sub there, maybe get a Jai off, maybe get another winger, see if he can give us some more potency down the right-hand side or offer us something down that right-hand side. Chris Loney says, Dave, thanks for the watch-along. To be honest with you, I'm watching the game. I just said, I do watch them. I'll go live, see if there's even 4 people out there that maybe, have an interest. I'm quite surprised by the interest that's in it, to be brutally honest with you, Chris Loney. So thank you to all you people for tuning in and stuff like that. It's another in-swinging corner. Can Tottenham deal with it? It's another one straight in there again. They don't deal with it at all convincingly. This time Gunter chooses to stay on the line. It's a free header. It's gone over. But Gunter is not happy. It's another one just straight in there on the 6-yard box. Gunter really has to sort of come and start claiming these. Or at least punching them away. Daniel Azito says, Dave, does this impact the Basuma situation? Well, I think Basuma was only suspended for the Leicester game, if I'm correct. There's only 1 game suspension self-imposed by the club in it, so he should be back for the Everton game, and he might well find himself in the team now after that. It's Therese Hall marauding forward here. Tries to offload it, just couldn't. João Gomez, look, I think he's been a fantastic signing for them since he's arrived to the Premier League. I'll take him or Locatelli. I really like Locatelli, though. I'd love someone like Locatelli at this football club. Brilliant at Sassuolo, brilliant for Italy all that time back there in the Euros. I really like Locatelli. Wayne Bonner says, I don't have Spurs play, so enjoy these under 21 watch-longs. They're superb. They were superb last season. Do you know what? Really appreciate it, Wayne. And hopefully we can have the same joy and the same roller coaster we did last season. That would be nice. It might be a little bit different this season. Blood and new players in and stuff like that. But let's wait and see what happens. Shawnee Malik says, I think he and the new signing are being questioned more than the established players that didn't make impacts. Tyler says the one where Sarr set him up early second half and he hit it right at the keeper was shocking. Really shocking, to be brutally honest with you. That really annoyed me from him, to be honest with you, Tyler. A player of that quality, do you know what it is as well? We were spoilt with Harry Kane in years gone by. He finds a way to put that in the far corner. Low rolls it in there, doesn't he? I think Solanke, he was so desperate almost to score his first goal. When that ball's coming in and he can see it coming in them split seconds, you have to think. I almost think he was thinking about it too much, to be brutally honest with you. They always say, as a striker, you don't want time to think about it. You just want to be able to, quick snap at a moment. Whereas a lot of his chances yesterday, he could see that ball coming. He had time to think about it, and I think that was part of his problem, to be brutally honest. Tyler doesn't want Locatelli. Says he's been very, very poor at Juventus the last couple of seasons. Look, a lot of players have. What I would say is, Tyler, I think that's more of an indictment on Juventus than it is some of the players. You look at the likes of Chiesa, Locatelli, even Mikey Moore trying a cheeky one, goalkeeper off the line, just got too much on it, but the right idea. You look, Weston McKennie went there, big reputation, didn't work out. Locatelli hasn't worked out. Vlahovic, Chiesa, people like that. When you see very top players like that, because I don't believe Weston McKennie's a bad player, but when you see really good players like that not working out, I think it says more on what's going on around the club and stuff like that rather than some of the players themselves. You look at some of the players that gone to United over the years, they're not bad players, but for whatever reason, being at United, it makes them look like that. That's what we were for quite some time, Tyler. Players that come here, some of them weren't even bad players, but they come here and they look awful. Like your boy Lo Celso, like you like to say. It's a ball in behind for Casanova here, though. Gone for a back post cross. Gunter comes out and deals with it. Liberty says, Dave, thanks with the response, but I don't think Big Ange will replace Johnson, but I think if he can't trust more, bring on Spence as our right back and Porro. Look, I'd love to see Porro at right wing. I think he has that ability all day long, to be brutally honest with you. And I think if he continues his trust in Johnson, it'll cost him his job. I believe it. Liberty, yeah, the under 21s are poor from set pieces, and to be fair, they were poor from set pieces last season a lot as well. It's a ball in behind here for Jai. He hits it cross first time into Olasesi. Can he get it taken under control? He does brilliantly. Gets the shot off. It's a great save. Mikey Moore! It's blocked. Unlucky. That's a great move by Tottenham Hotspur there, though. Nearly going 3-2 up. Kostic, another one I'd probably take. Unlucky. It's brilliant play from the under 21s there, though. Absolute brilliant play. Very sharp going forward this half when you have had the opportunity. Bit of attention here now for the Bristol Rovers player. Bit of cramp, I believe. Come on, get him up. It's 2 games. I think they're, 4 games into the season. How's he got cramp? Shocking. Mikey Moore on the corner here in front of the Spurs crowd. They go short. Back to Moore. Mikey Moore skins him again. Goes byline again. Gets it across. Nearly replicates it again. Unbelievable from Mikey Moore. Nearly replicated his goal from 2 minutes ago. It's absolutely quality. He's been sensational today. Every time he's got the ball, positive, direct, driving at players. Like Son in his heyday, getting on the ball, boom, straight at players, looking to do it with devastating effect. Absolutely love it. Bristol Rovers with a throw in here. Press the wrong button. I did. Sorry, guys. Tottenham with a throw in. Akamaric. So it's just a poor throw. That's to absolutely nobody. That's stupid. It's lazy, to be brutally honest. Ken Olesesi and Ajayi get the press on this side. To force Bristol to go along. Well picked up by McKnight. Yeah, that's a free kick, referee. We'll have that one. Thank you very much, sir. I think it will. Future's bright. Future's a little way. Like I said, I think it will cost him his job. You know, thing is, every Spurs fan can see it. Even the people that back Johnson, it's like, look, I back him to come good. So, like, no one's really calling for him to start. But yeah, Ange keeps starting him. I mean, how long are you going to keep playing a player that doesn't produce? You know, it's madness. Good work from Bristol City here, though, in the midfield to try and turn it over. It's an naughty challenge from Olesesi. Checkmate, good to see you. Tottenham should go for Kostic. He could be a good competition for the full-back position. And apparently Juventus want to sell. Look, we should just go to Juve with like 40 million and say, we'll take Chiesa, Locatelli and Kostic. Take it or leave it. You know, 3 good signings there, proper, brilliant. Andy says, we're putting on the pressure now, piling it. We're starting to, but so are Bristol City. It's pulled back to the edge of the box. He's free as a bird. Great work by Olesesi to get out there and get a block on that one. Mikey Moore picks it back up. It's a lovely little dink ball out to Will Lancashire. Can he get it under control? He does. Tyrese Hall picks it up. Marauding forward here. This is a brilliant play. Oh, he tries to play Olesesi when Will Lancashire. Olesesi wasn't on. You just got to try and play Will Lancashire there, Tyrese Hall. Tyler says, no better than Højbjerg for me. Alexander says, where does all this more isn't ready crack coming from when our starting 11 is woeful? Alexander, I don't understand it. You know me, I've been trying to say it all last season and alert people to the talent of these guys and stuff like that. You know me, I don't get it. But like I said earlier on in the stream, it's more about patience for more on Will Lancashire. Come October, November, December, January, when the games come in thick and fast, you will see him get more of an opportunity when they have to come in and fill out the squad when we suffer injuries, suspensions, we want to make rotations, stuff like that. It's just more about patience. But if they keep doing this for the under-21s, Will Lancashire nearly getting on the end of one there. It's hard to ignore them. It's hard to ignore them. Liberty says, Dave, I love the passion you have, man. Under-21 watch along, that's great. I really related to Ireland recently and I joined your shows. Do you know what? I really appreciate that, my man. Look, I've always just been a really passionate Spurs fan since younger. I don't really have too much passions or interest in life, bar football and Tottenham Hotspur, to be brutally honest with you. You know, so a bit of a loser like that, to be honest. But look, I appreciate it, my man. Whereabouts in Ireland did you relocate to? Let me know. Great country, sometimes. Greetings, a regular gamer. Good to see you this evening. Hopefully you're keeping well. McKnight here with the ball down the right-hand side. It's a good early ball into Will Lancashire. Is he offside? I think he is offside in the end. Unlucky. Bristol Rovers now trying to break out with it. That's brilliant defending there from Mikey. Oh, the referee gives a free kick. What's wrong with him? He's blind. Tyler says, Ange made me lose so much faith. I actually can't believe he brought on Werner on the right. Look, I think a lot of people are starting to lose a little bit of faith in Ange Postecoglou. And to be honest with you, it's sad to see. It is sad to see. I thought we were all in agreement when we were making the next manager that, you know, we have to give him, a couple of seasons at least to try and fix this. We can't keep hiring foreign managers, but it's poor giveaway by Bristol Rovers. It's Olesesi. Oh, it's a comfortable finish into the bottom corner. It's absolutely brilliant. 2-on-1 situation there. Will Lancashire running with him. Chose not to use him. An absolutely brilliant finish into the bottom corner. And again, the Spurs fans are going mad. Hopefully this time now we don't get caught defensively lapsing or sleeping. And we can see this one out. It's an absolute brilliant move here again. Not a brilliant move. We got fortunate from Bristol Rovers actually. It's just poor. It's actually a great ball in behind for Callum Olesesi. They've left himself with one player at the back. He had Will Lancashire, chose not to use him. Comfortable. Bends it in with his left foot past the goalkeeper into the bottom corner. Absolute brilliant strike. Number 63. 64 on the other one. Should be all Olesesi or a Jai. Maybe it could be a Jai. Maybe they switched numbers. They've got the numbers wrong here on what I'm looking at. Let's have a look. Let's wait and see who it is. It's a brilliant finish, though. Absolute brilliant finish. Sorry, it was a Jai. Jai scored that one. They got the numbers mixed up here. They got them wrong. Brilliant finish from a Jai. Brilliant, brilliant finish on the left foot. 3-2 to the good. Let's see if we can get this one over the line. It'd be absolutely brilliant. Of course, the top two teams do come out of this group. You know, we have 2 more games to go, one against Swindon, one against Exeter, but it'll be a great start to get off to a very nice win. Last season we've seen as this competition goes on and the teams have more games under their belt, these teams become a lot more harder to play. So it'd be nice to get off to a really good winning start here. Great finish from Ajayi. That's absolutely clinical. Trying to get a replay again to see who played that pass. It was brilliant. Ennis Sinclair. Oh, yeah, I know it. I know it. Do you know what we used to do? Because we were a big family when we were younger, there's me, 3 sisters, and my parents and that. You know, we used to do, my parents used to take us off as often as they could, you know, through camping, which is a lot cheaper and it's great. You know, so I've been all over Ireland, to be brutally honest with you, camping and stuff like that. And, you know, Clare, not a great county, a bit boring down there, but there are some nice places, and Ennis is one of them. Found yourself in a nice spot there, sir. Regular Gamer says, can see the youngsters getting starts if certain first teamers continue the way they've started. Thought it's too early to change the team. Everyone needs games. See where they are at. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I think give it 3-4 games if they continue. Hans Postecoglou will have no choice. Max says, Dave has always been an advocate of the youth. Are you? And I love it. No, look, I really appreciate it, my man. But look, I wouldn't be calling for it if I didn't think they were good enough, you know. And I watched them all last season. What was more irritating when you had people telling me who didn't bother watching any of the U21 games, they're not good enough, they're nowhere near that level. Oh, it's a great ball by Mikey Moore. Right across the box. Olesesi and Ajayi trying to get on the end of that. Just evaded both of them. But Ilmatic, yeah, when people hadn't been watching the games, they're like, they're not good enough. You know, this, that, and the other. They're only 16, 17. It's like, but take your time. Go and watch the games. Look at how they are in possession on the ball and stuff like that, and then come back and say it to me, you know. And then we've seen a lot of them over pre-season, and they've been the brightest point of it. They've come out with so much praise. It's been great to see Ilmatic. Derek Hutchinson says, should take a look at this lot. He might learn something. Defence, they're all over the shop defensively, I will say. So I don't think he's going to learn that enough, that one. Regular Gamer, I'm the exact same. He says, both the under-18s and 21s have been keeping me sane the last 18 months. Hope they keep playing well. I'm the exact same, mate. The exact same. More clinical than the first team, for sure. Dude, camp in a caravan. No, a tent. A tent. Tents. Although I used to wish sometimes it was in a camper van or that. You know, more comfort and stuff like that. But no, unfortunately, we didn't have the luxury. Couldn't afford one of them, my man. Tents. Airbeds. Freezing cold. Just call me the young Bear Grylls. I was Bear Grylls before Bear Grylls was even Bear Grylls. Tottenham pumped this one long. Bristol pick it back up here, though. Looking to get back at Tottenham. Looking to get this equaliser. Can we hold out this time around? McKnight gets done on the inside. It's played in behind Casanova. Great position and picks it up. Good ball. Will Lancashire tries to play across. Oh, he should have shot. I didn't think the pass was on there. He should have shot. Unlucky. Good ball to release him, though. Oh, good pressure. Brilliant pressure there from Callum Olesesi. Let's get back to the chat while Bristol are taking ages over this trophy. tents are fine, don't get me wrong, but, you know, there's only so much space you can have in a tent, if you know what I mean, you know? So it's difficult, but the good thing about it is you're out in the open, you know, there's all stuff around you to be able to do. You're young, you're wild, you're free, you know what I mean? It's good. Look, I don't complain about it. I'm privileged, you know, to a large degree in that sense, because, you know, there's many people around me when I was growing up that were maybe better off than us and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, they've never seen as much of Ireland as I have and stuff like that. So I'm very, very privileged and lucky in that regard, you know. And probably a smart way if you want to see more of countries and stuff like that, you know. Not everyone can afford 5-star hotels and shit like that. Bristol, pull it back to the edge of the box. It's a good clip towards the back post. He's fucking way offside. Has it been given? No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. Oh, how's he not given that? Who's kept him on? He looked like he was way offside, unless one of the fullbacks kept him on. But it's another floated ball in. It's just free. No one's picked him up. I think Spurs are trying to play this defensive line. But I think the fullback might have actually kept him on. Ah, it's just a good one. He's onside. Fair play. Fair play. Fuck. Why can't we just hang on to this? 3-3. Tottenham look like they're going to make a substitution here. 2 substitutions. Double trouble. Who's coming on? Let's wait and see. Oh, why can't we hang on to that lead? Callum Olazessi's coming off anyway. He's had a good game, you know. Who's the second substitution? See if we can get some numbers here so I can find out who they are. $73 and $69, is it? Let's have a look. So Oliver Iro is on number 73, and also Leo Black is on as well. Good to see. And Max Robson in at left back as well over Akamarik. Couple of substitutions here. Now the goalkeeper's gone down. It's all breaking loose here. Let's have a look at the OBS. See how we're still looking on screen. Still looking good. Still good. Still good. Only 13 minutes left in this game. Maybe see what other injury time is added on as well. 3-3. Look, Tottenham done very well to get themselves back into the game. 1-0 down. Then went 2-1 up. Conceded very quickly after. Another soft goal, to be honest, from a corner. Like the opening goal was soft enough as well. And then again, switched off for that goal as well. Another probably soft one to concede. Back line is all over the shop. They've got a lot of work to do, that back line do. Been very disappointing so far this evening. Let's get back to the comments. Chris Loney says, Dave, have you seen an handball improvement in the under-21s? Much as of last season, to be honest. Maybe not as potent going forward, but obviously when you lose someone like Jamie Donnelly, you know, of course you're going to feel that a little bit, I would say, to be honest with you, Chris Loney. But Olasesi is a fantastic talent coming through from the under-18s. Sebastian SF, is Lancashire going out on loan? Look, I know there's a lot of clubs sitting there waiting to take this guy on loan. I think they're just waiting on Tottenham to make a decision whether they're going to keep Will Lancashire around or not. I would hazard a guess, if he's at media day along with Mikey Moore, they will be kept around this season. Congy says one of his favourite things is to camp in a caravan and go around in Norway, where I live. Do you know what? I'd love to get out to Scandinavia and see. I have a big fascination with Iceland, Norway, and Sweden. I'd love to get out there. Finland, maybe as well. I believe it's that where Lapland is, I think. You know, a big fascination with Scandinavia. Would love to get there one day. Altera says, Dave, are the under-21s playing zonal marking like the first team? What do you think of the zonal marking versus man marking? I absolutely despise the zonal marking. I think it's absolutely stupid. Spaces never score goals. Men do. You know, players do. And for me, while you're standing there marking certain zones, all you're actually doing is you're giving players an opportunity to run at you. It's very, very easy to break down against, in my opinion. Because all you have to do as an opposition player, set yourself up further out from the box. That player in that zone can't come out. If that ball comes into that corner, your players all have a jump on you. They're running at you and jumping on you with the momentum. And you're jumping from a standing position. You're always going to lose. Always going to lose. I absolutely hate the zonal marking. For me, it's got to be man marking. And then if a man gets away and he gets on the end of it, you know who to blame. You know who's responsible. It singles out. And what it does do is if that player continues to get singles out for him, he either improves or he's out the team if he's going to cost him like that and be lazy. So I think, for me, it should always be man marking. I think there's so much more benefits to it than this zonal marking. I think the zonal marking is absolutely stupid. And to be honest with you, there's always been that small bit of zonal marking with the man marking tactics. Unlucky from Bristol City, Bristol City Rovers there. Nearly scored. Because, even though you still done your man marking, you still had a person that covered the front post. Any balls coming in there. You still had a person that covered towards the back as well. So I don't understand this news. I think the zonal marking's absolutely stupid. There's my answer. Hopefully you agree. Let me know. Alexander says, Dave, when I vacation, I use Airbnbs. Nothing with exploring. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I was just saying, with my parents having 4 of us, Airbnbs and stuff like that just weren't affordable, you know what I mean? So, nothing wrong with it whatsoever. I love it. Regular gamer, this is just what your Ange ball is about. Outscoring your opponent. Absolutely. 100% spot on. Ange even said it yesterday. The journal was like, oh, but you played great football in the first half. It's like, yeah. What's the point? If you're not going to score goals. At the end of the day, you got to score goals. It's pointless otherwise. And I love that. I absolutely love that. And I've always said that with this system. You got to score goals in this system. Young Therese Hall, though, with an opportunity. Tries to bend it into the keeper's, round the keeper. It's just saved. Good opportunity there to try and steal the game. Spurs woman Grace Clinton also won PFA Young Player of the Year. Fair play to her. Love to see Spurs people do well. Mikey Moore looking to take his man out on the right-hand side now. McKnight with a decent ball in towards the back. It's just evaded 2 players coming in at the back post. Very unlucky. Absolute great ball in there. Regular Gamer says we just need players to actually do that. Yeah. Did Conte use man or zonal? To be honest, I think most managers coming in here have used their zonal marking. Exactly. Benitez was the one that made it a big fad in the Premier League because he's the one that changed it up at the time. Most clubs around that time were actually using man marking. He brought in the zonal marking, and there was a period there where Liverpool were conceding a lot from set pieces. And I remember someone doing on it and explaining Rafa Benitez zonal marking. Carragher's gone through it before, where it's basically marking zones. You're responsible for a certain area. But it always means you're going to be out-jumped if players are coming in meeting that because they have the momentum with them. When you're jumping with momentum, you can get up higher than you can from a standing start. So I just think it's stupid, to be brutally honest with you, unless you've got a team full of 6'4" guys. Andy says, lads should have closed the game out. I've heard that before. Honestly, it's very much a muchness, isn't it, watching the under-21s and the senior team. But one thing I will say is, it is designed to be this way, because that's the whole idea of trying to implement that philosophy right through the academy, that teams play this way. So when these youngsters do step up, they have every opportunity of being able to get into the team because they already know what's expected of them from that position and stuff like that. So that is good in that regard, to be brutally honest. Poor giveaway here, though. Bristol Rovers looking to attack. Can they go and sneak this late on, or can Tottenham go and sneak one themselves? Robson does well to deal with that ball out there. Does well to deal with the fullback. Future's bright. Lily White says the under-21s do concede. Do like to concede first, don't they? They do like to concede first, actually, to be brutally honest with you. There's a lot of games last year, especially towards the back end, they were conceding first. But we had immense talent going forward. We were always going to outscore them. Not having Jamie Donnelly is a huge miss, especially with his passing range, his trickery, the goal threat, everything else he provided. Bristol with another in-swinger here, though. They're going to look to get this right on top of Gunter again. It's a bit overhit, this one, and we're lucky. It's gone out for a Tottenham goal kick. We're lucky there. They put us under pressure with the in-swingers. But guys, 5 minutes left. Can Tottenham go and get this winner? 125 people watching for this under 21 watch along. Absolutely superb. Believe it or not, we've got more watching this watch along than Spurs fans that have travelled for the game. That's absolutely unbelievable. It's brilliant. It's mad when you think about it. But I get it. Commitment Tuesday evening, not easy to get down there, you know. It's a fair play. But it's mad. We've got more here than what looks like in the stadium. John Tucker can probably confirm. Going to easy catch and practice for him. Can Tottenham go and steal this and get a fourth here? Let's try and find Mikey Moore or an Ollie Iro here. Therese Hall. Let's try and get him on something. Gunter rolls it out to King. Plays it to Mikey Moore. Out to Will Lancashire. He's gone down injured here now. Not good. Hopefully it's just a stub of the toe. Looked like his boot came down on top of him. See what the comments are saying. Wonder how much will get added on here. David Clark says nobody will ever be able to convince me so on marking. Like you say, Dave, they keep the key is to force players to take responsibility for their own mistakes. I've watched corners and Kulu is one of the worst. 100%, Kulu. How many times over pre-season was he caught lacking? There was one or two from set pieces last season as well. And by playing this zone and marking, it sort of alleviates players of responsibility, to be brutally honest with you. Absolutely spot on, David Clark. Man marking, you know, and that way you can get players to fix up. But I think it's going with this modern era where you can't really call out individuals anymore, innit? Future's bright. Lily White says this type of football works in lower leagues where the managers are not the best, say like the Scottish Premier League or maybe the Japanese League, maybe. Look, I wouldn't say it doesn't work. We finished 5th last season. What does that make all the other 15 managers underneath him? And a lot of people would would rather some of them managers at Tottenham as well. I just think, you know, he doesn't. The thing is, his philosophy, he doesn't actually need to go against that while being able to make tactical tweaks. And it just feels like he might have to give in on his philosophy if he makes one or two tactical tweaks. He doesn't. He can still have the same approach, look to play the same way to a large degree, you know what I mean, and have the same ideas and values about it. But if he just made one or two tactical tweaks, for instance, if one fullback goes forward like it used to be, get the other one to tuck in instead of getting both to advance forward. If not, ask that number 6 to sit more back in, just in front of that back three. A bit like the way it used to work under Pochettino when he used to send fullbacks going forward. He mixed it up at times. Sometimes he went with fullbacks going forward, and the defensive midfielder sitting in and making a back three. Or when the fullbacks coming in and making a back three. It's simple. It's all you got to do. Slappy Jack. This is what channel is the match on? It's on Spurs Play, my man. Aussie Dream says no one will ever be going down to Bristol again after your stadium review. Yeah, probably not. I've probably done them some disjustice, to be honest. But it looks like it hasn't really progressed from like the 1960s, to be brutally honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised to see if they still got wooden stands there. Looks like they have. Looks like they're actually in the process of trying to make them concrete. Oh, good run by Leo Black. Finds Ollie Iro. Ollie Iro trying to drink by 1 or 2. He's another tricky little player, by the way. Another one, with huge potential. 3:40 a.m. here for Chris Lowe. He says he's for this plastic fan, never a plastic fan. Look, I don't get into this Spurs fan, you're a plastic fan, you're a plastic fan. You're not. We're all passionate fans. We all love this club. We all sacrifice time with family, with loved ones, other things we could be doing to watch Tottenham Hotspur and all, And at the end of the day, like I've always said, I have immense respect for people that are getting up at 3, 4 a.m. to watch a game and then still have to go about their family life or their work day being tired. It's absolutely immense respect. Steady Shark says, oh, God damn it, just started the season and we have already had 3 injury situations. Yeah. Bentacore 1. Did Will Lancashire get back up? I missed it. I was too busy talking to you guys. No, he didn't get back up. Oh, no. That's not good. Hopefully it's more precaution. Porro. Oh, yeah, with his toe yesterday. Yeah, absolutely spot on. I forgot about that. That was pissing me off as well, though. If he's hobbling around like that, get him off or tell him to man up and get on with it because we need to go and win. Future's bright. Lily White says it has to change to fit in with this league. It's annoying that he's not addressing the issues. I'm frustrated. No, look, we're all frustrated, man. Don't get me wrong, we're all frustrated. You know, but the thing is, a lot of the ideas around the way he wants to play and all is what Tottenham fans want. But, you know, in this modern day and age, where I agree with you is at Celtic, he could sort of abandon the defensive side of things because he could just go and outscore opponents. But in order where we finished last year to sort of make that jump into the next, you do have to add a bit more defensive solidity. You do have to keep more clean sheets. That's what's propelled Arsenal into a title race. Man City, as good as they are, they keep 15, 16 clean sheets a season. You know, so we have to be able to have the same ability. You're absolutely spot on in that department. Bowie says, the meme is grand. Come on now. New South Stand. If you're talking about our South Stand, it's absolutely brilliant. If you're talking about theirs, I mean... honestly, I think the health and safety officer would want to get around there, to be brutally honest. It's more like a building site. Someone says Romero was injured at the end of the game as well. That's not good. George Cardass says we have to go 3 at the back. Do you know, I was saying this earlier, we just don't have the players to go 3 at the back. If you play Romero, Radu, and Van der Ven, you've got no one else behind them. Don't have the centre-backs to play 3 at the back, unfortunately. But we're not going to do that either. Ange had the option with all the centre-backs he had when he first arrived. He shipped a load of them out because he wanted to play this 4 at the back. I'm all for playing. I prefer to play 4 at the back, to be brutally honest. I think 5 at the back is way too defensive. There's only really one system out there where it's not as defensive, and that's Xabi Alonso's. The rest of it is all really, really defensive. So for me, I don't want to touch the 3 at the back. It's a good run here by Oli Iro. I mean, it's fucking assault referee. Jesus Christ. Ilmatic, yeah. He came off injured. Not good. Great goal by him earlier on, though. Hopefully it's more precaution than that. And, this Bristol Rovers player is running right through everybody. Gets the shot off, hits the side netting. John Fitzpatrick, how are you and the young family down in Limerick, sir? Good to see you. And really appreciate it, my man. Really appreciate it. Look, it's madness. I never ever thought this was ever going to hit that sort of numbers and stuff. Absolute madness, my man. Altair says, far cry from when we had the lowest scores conceded with Yobi, Jan and Toby. I call them Yobi at their peak. And this is the thing, right? We played great, exciting, attacking football. We were known for it at the time. Everyone wanted to play our way. But we kept a lot of clean sheets across that back line. And we have to get back to that. You know, it's all well and good looking to go and outscore teams, but you're talking about the Premier League, talking about some of the best players in the world, rather than like the Scottish division and stuff like that. It's only going to take you so far. You have to be able to keep clean sheets to go and win a Premier League. Absolutely spot on. Shawnee Malik says, if Romero or Porro had looked up and marked Vardy, we win with a clean sheet. Yeah, absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on. And it's just them fine margins, Shawnee. Absolutely spot on. 7 minutes added on here. We're already nearly 4 minutes in. Mark says, people saying Lancashire looks like a hamstring. He went down. He took it off fairly quickly. Yeah, it was either that or else it could have been, standing on the top of the foot. That's what it looked like more to me. Let's wait and see. I'm not a doctor at the end of the day. Congy, yeah, he got it right. He did get the mix right. No one can blame Potts for that. Can Spurs try and snatch a winner here, though? If anyone looks likely, it's going to be Bristol, but hopefully we can pull something out of the bag here, a rabbit out the hat. Great goal from Will Lancashire earlier on. Great goal from Mikey Moore as well, and then a very tidy finish from Ajayi. He keeps us in this game, but can we go and get the winner? Can we intercept that? If we intercepted that, we were at them. It's a shot from the edge of the box from Bristol. It's gone out for a goal kick. That's true 2 or 3 times they've cut in off our right-hand side and got a shot off. See if we could build one more attack here. I'd love it if we could go and nick this. 95 minutes, 2 minutes left of this game. Gunter looks to go along as Bristol look to try and press and go for the winner themselves. Great from Robson. Absolutely smashes the Bristol player. Good ball by Hall. Out to Casanova. Can Tottenham move this quickly? Casanova out to McKnight. Cuts inside. Given away. One ball and Bristol Rovers were nearly out there. They're playing the exact same way as Ange Postecoglou. Jaden Williams came on for Will Lancashire. Let's see if he can bag something. Good play by Robson. Onto Therese Hall. Can he get it out to right hand side? Goes back to Casanova. 1 minute left. Tottenham trying to work it down this left hand side. Mikey Moore on the ball. Driving at one. Takes on two. It's a brilliant play from Mikey Moore. He's absolutely assassinated from behind, referee. That has to be a fucking free kick. It is. Tottenham with a free kick on the edge of the box here. Can they smash this home and produce a winner? They had to take out Mikey Moore. He had the overlap on the right hand side. We would have created an opportunity. Who's going to take it? Mikey Moore's lining this one up. He's telling everybody, get away. Imagine if he benched this top beans. You have to start him against Leicester. You have to. Let's wait and see what he can do here. Referee counting the 10 to 12 yards. Foggy Foam says Ange seemed to get fed up with Johnson controlling the ball out of play. I pray the young lad we just bought at least solves the right wing issue. Big up, Dave. Look, I think it's a huge gamble, Foggy Foam, asking this guy to do it. Hopefully he can. If not, get Kulu out there, bring Mikey Moore through, give him an opportunity. But he's got to stop persisting with Brennan Johnson. He's going to cost him. Just gets underneath. He got a little bit excited there. But he's got to stop persisting with him. He's going to cost him his job, I'm telling you. It's all well and good. He can hide when we're playing nice football and stuff like that. But when we go and lose games or where it feels like a loss, when you go and step up like that, he becomes under even more of a target. Then it comes even more highlighted. So he needs to start affecting against Brennan Johnson. But guys, that's it here. 3-3. Not a bad start to the group game to the group stage for Tottenham Hotspur. In this Football League group stage, they do have Swindon and Exeter left to play. Ideally, it would have been nice to get off to a winning start because some of the teams that played last season, the more the season went on, the better they were. And the more it was harder for the under-21s. However, a 3-3 away at Bristol Rovers, a very good start, something to build off. Really do need to maybe work on something defensively, I would say, but are they going to? Probably not. Set pieces a bit vulnerable here tonight, and also sometimes Bristol Rovers, when they turn the ball over and we got players up, one pass and they're straight in. But look, you have to take this into account. They're playing a League One side. We're an under-21 academy side. It's an absolute brilliant result to pull off here tonight, and we move. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's decided to tune in tonight. Really do appreciate it. So many of you guys decided to tune in. You know what? Up to 130 at points. Absolutely insane. 140, 150. We've got more following the under-21s here on YouTube then that's travelled to the game. And you know what? Fair play to them fans that managed to make that game today. They gave a great noise for the players. Great support for the players. So fair play. Not a bad evening all round. We'll take that. And I shall be back tomorrow, guys, with a fan show for everybody. So you can, if you're fan show members and that, come on and air your thoughts about what we've seen the other night and your thoughts ahead of the Everton game. Kongi has become a Flat Cat member. Really appreciate the support, brother. Really, really do. Means a lot. So thank you very much. Liquid Lenses, thanks for this, Dave. Unlucky, lads. Very unlucky. Someone saying penalties to come. Oh, yeah, sorry. Sorry, you're right. There does have to be a winner here, actually. You're absolutely spot on. You're absolutely spot on. You're right. There is penalties to come. It's actually a mad situation. You're spot on. I forgot about that. Thank you very much for reminding me. I think you get 2 points if you win on penalties, right? Rather than the 3. Ilmatic says, big up and thanks, Dave. Don't go anywhere, guys. We've still got penalties. I apologise. John Soulful House says, thanks, Dave. Come on, you Spurs. Yeah, I forgot, guys. I forgot there was penalties. My bad. I forgot it had to be decided. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere, guys. Penalties. Sorry, you're absolutely spot on, guys. I completely forgot about it. Do you know what it was? I was getting distracted. I've got a nice dinner there waiting for me. A nice fresh salad. So I was getting peckish, I was getting distracted. So I apologise. People are so back. Let's see how we get on. Yeah, Shawnee, I'm trying to duck out and get my salad, my man. No, I forgot it goes to penalties. I think you get 2 points for a penalty win, I think, in it rather than the 3. What's the prediction for Pens? Just trying to hopefully win, to be brutally honest. We done well in penalty shootouts last year, though, in our cup run and stuff like that. And Max says, come on, you Spurs. Sorry, guys. I was trying to sell you short there. Oh, shite. 130 people already left, because, or not 130, but 30 people already left because of me. I do apologise, guys. Just bear with me 1 sec. Just going to the fridge to grab a bottle of quick water. Just bear with me 1 minute. While I'm grabbing water, though, let's keep chatting. No Lancashire on the penalties. No Donnelly, who was there last year. Be interesting to see who's going to step up and take them, everyone. Nothing worse than warm water. I had to go and get the cold water. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm back. Had to go and get the cold water. Can't that warm water is nothing worse, especially on a hot evening. We're back. Let's see how we get on here with the penalties. Let me know how you've liked the stream, though, with me on my own today for the U21s. Let me know if you think I've done a good job. It's gone rather smooth. And do you know what? We can thank Nick for that, the guy that was on the watch-along with us for the Everton game last night. Really big dig out for this. So, Nick, if you're listening, thank you very much. And the penalties are right in front of the Tottenham fans. So let's see how we get on. Some of them moving over to try and make a bit more of an atmosphere here. Put Bristol off. They are taking the first penalty. Let's see how they get on. See if Luke Gunter can pull off a few saves. He did last year. Fans giving him lots of encouragement, which we like to see. Luke Gunter taking his time, trying to put him off, give him time to think about it. Come on, Spurs. Let me make sure I'm back on YouTube here. Yeah, I'm back. I'm so back. Oh! Bristol Rovers player goes down to the bottom left. Gunter gets there with a great speed and agility, actually, but just too much power in the shot. He gets down there very quick. Great power in the shot. Pull off a few saves. He did last year. Who's this stepping up? Number 47, I think that's Ollie Iro, is it? No, he's number 73. Sorry, Mikey Moore. What an idiot. What a buffoon. I'm starting to see double now. I need food. Brilliant goal earlier on for Mikey Moore. What can he do here? Steps up. Oh, got away with that. The Bristol keeper got there. Just didn't have enough to be able to push it out. End up pushing it into the roof of the net. We'll take that, Mikey Moore. He looks disappointed in himself, but look, it's in the back of the net, kiddo. Why do I feel like we're going to get a 12-13 penalty spot kicks here? For each. Coys. Chris Loney says, fair call, Dave. That lettuce and cucumber is a big attraction. Do you know what it is? It's more the spring onions. I love spring onions. You got a nice bit of chicken rice there to go with the salad as well. I can't wait for it. Bristol Rovers stepping up here for the second spot kick. He goes down to bottom left again. Gunter gets across with great speed and agility, but he catches it very, very well. Ozzy Stream says, just the ultras left. And Andy says, our boys got this. They upgraded to black belt in penalties during the playoff in May. Spot on. Charlie Malik says, come on, Gunter. Tyler says, been a brilliant stream, Dave. Appreciate that. Classy Father says, come on then, lads. Chris Loney says, excellent job, Dan. Thank you very much. Alan Glauber says, I lose the pens. If you lose the pens, do you still get a point or go down to 0? I think you still get a point, lad. And a regular gamer says, always a great show, Dave. Really appreciate that. I think it's basically designed so that there's no teams finished on the same amount of points in second and third. Great penalty from Therese. Oh, goes down the middle, catches the keeper out, nice and composed. Yeah, so basically, Alan, I think it's basically designed so that second and third don't really finish on the same amount of points. Mark says probably 1 point for a draw, 1 for a penalty win, 3 points win. Can't have 2 points for penalty win, Dave, as that would be same points as a win. No, what I mean is you get 1 point for the draw, but if you win on penalties, you get an extra point. You've just worded it a lot better than me there, Mark. But you're absolutely spot on. That's the way it goes. Ed Sweaton says, great stream, Dave. Enjoying the commentary. Thank you very much, my man. And Leo says, come on, you Spurs and football predicts. Love the stream. Thank you very much. Bristol Rovers stepping up here now. Another penalty. Looks like he's going to go to the left-hand side again. He goes high this time. Gunter dives to his right. Doesn't get anywhere near it. 3-2 on the penalties for Bristol. Tottenham with the third taker coming up. Number 50 stepping up. 60, sorry, Jaden Williams. Let's see if he can bury this. Will Lankshire's replacement. Steps up. Oh, great penalty. Goes to the left. Middle left. He sends the keeper the wrong way. For a minute, it looked like he shanked it there. It was going over. Oh, not the most confident stepping up there, I would add. Didn't look like the most confident. Going into penalty number 4 here now. Hopefully the photographer walking there puts this Bristol player off. That'd be nice. Someone got the same top as me. She found the same shop. Oh! Gunter would be disappointed with that. He gets down. He gets down to his left-hand side. He just didn't have enough to keep it out. It's gone underneath him. Oh, he'll be disappointed with that one. He's got close to 3 out of the 4, though. Fair play to him. I think this is Casanova stepping up here. Oh, it's confident from the young centre-back. Sends the keeper the wrong way. It's a great penalty from young Dante. Great penalty from Casanova. I love it. Georgie Hill says, evening, Dave. Loving the content. Big yourself up, Georgie Hill. Big yourself up, my man. Really appreciate the support and also for sending in that fan cam with your thoughts after the game. Guys, when we do finish here on this penalty shootout, there was 3 sent in. One from Georgie. Jeez, this is bad. One from Adam William Cahill, and then one from a lovely woman called Dowdy as well. So make sure you get over and check them out. It's a penalty. He sends Gunter the wrong way. Bristol have scored all 5. So if we score, it goes into sudden death penalties. Then Cogney says, come on, you Spurs. But big up Georgie Hill. Absolute legend. Lovely hair, by the way, Georgie. Great hair. Thank you, Mark. Douye Farm says, watching this to cope the 1-1 draw against Leicester. I don't blame you. I'm not. I've watched them all last season and stuff. I've big interest in the under-21s. Shawnee Haddock says, my heart can't take penalties anymore. Gunter was very unlucky there. Great penalty from Dante, who's stepping up here. Young Abbott. Oh, gets away with that. Gets away with that. Keeper went the right way. Maybe could have saved that. Now we're going into players who didn't want to put their hand up to take a penalty. Let's see how we get on. Oh, Abbott gets away with that. Maybe just enough on it and just enough power. Bristol Rovers stepping up with their 6th penalty here now. Number 14, shaping up. He doesn't look confident. I knew he didn't. Gunter with the save. Let's see if whoever steps up next can bury this. If he does, Tottenham win this game, and take 2 points from this game. Ah, it's a great save by Gunter. I knew 14 didn't look confident. I just knew it. The way he's shaped up, short run, absolute crap penalty. Who's stepping up here for Tottenham now? Is that young Iro? I think it's young Iro. It is. Oh, he dispatches it. Young Iro goes and wins it for Tottenham Hotspur. That's 2 points now for go home at 1 point. Young Ollie Iro with the winner. Great penalty. And Tottenham win this game. A very good start to the group for this young under-21 side taking the 2 points. Brilliant to see. Great save by Gunter. And then young Ollie Iro to step up right at the end in sudden death. Good composure Mark says, going first. Statistically, you are a big favourite. Yeah, they say that. Georgie, he said, let's go. Going to loving this guy. He's brilliant. GJ Samuel loving it. Big up Congy, absolutely loving it. Chris Loney says, Dave, do you let us know if you're doing under 21 watch long? Not really, because sometimes they're on the same day as game day and I'll be doing a pre-match build-up. Sometimes they're on when we've got other stuff planned, but I probably will. I probably will start letting you guys know when I'm doing them, Chris. Big yourself up, my man, and really appreciate it. I'll start putting the streams up earlier, which will notify you. And then Derek Hutchinson says, nice one, Dave. Great entertainment. Thank you very much. Now, look, I want to say thank you to all of you guys who's tuned in this evening. Join me for these under 21 watch-alongs. Much bigger numbers than what we had for them last season. It's great to see, and thank you very much. But, guys, there's only so much talking one man can do on his own before the voice box starts to get sore and he has to end off. So, unfortunately, that's me. But, guys, thank you very much for the support. Smash a like on your way out. Make sure you have an incredible evening. Go and enjoy the evenings with your loved ones. And I'll see you back here tomorrow for the fan show at 7 p.m. As always, come on, you Spurs. In the big hands we trust. We never stop.